Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Haverford Sports Media. You guys are joined by Connor Salveson, Nick DiPaolo, and we have a special guest in the booth with us pregame tonight, former HSM member Tommy Toohill. Tommy, just what an absolute pleasure it is to have you back up in the booth. You were on the football team, so you never actually got to call the football games, but you were a huge member of HSM, boys basketball, the voice of the basketball team. You probably heard the call, Will Cascarina. It's all over. So this is the man right here. Tommy, how you doing?
I'm doing great, guys. First of all, thank you guys for letting me come in again. I apologize. The voice is a little hoarse. I went to the Phillies game last night, but thank you guys for letting me come into the booth a little bit. And I'm just excited, man. This is the first game I've gotten to get to in person this year. Probably really going to be the only one, but I think we're definitely in for a treat tonight. I think it's really going to be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely. You have the visiting Lower Merion Aces coming into AG Cornog Field to take on the Fords tonight. Haverford, to put it nicely, have been struggling so far this season. Nick, take us through a little bit about what happened so far for the Fords this season and what's gone wrong, what's going right.
Yeah, so the Fords opened the season against Souderton, and they lost that game 21-17, but we mentioned last week against Marple, that Souderton team, they have not lost a game yet. They are a good team. And when Haverford opened the season and played as well as they did against Souderton, a lot of people here in Havertown had hope. They thought this team was going to be great. And as the season progressed, it was just two 1-point losses, lost by 1 point to Conestoga 9-8, lost to Garnet by 1 point, 14-13. Those losses stung, and mistakes started to pile up for the Fords. And the one bright spot about this team has been that defense, but when Pencrest came in and gashed them for 34 points, followed by Marple, who gashed them for another 42 points, the Fords have sort of looked lost out there.
Yeah, and tonight's kind of going to be that revenge game where they're going to go out there and show what they can do on both sides of the ball. Lower Merion's defense so far this season, we'll talk about it a lot as we go forward, they have just been absolutely dominant against good rushing teams on the defensive end of things, and they shut down teams like Garnet Valley, like Pencrest, teams that we saw Haverford struggle with. So the one key to victory tonight for the Fords is going to be able to find plays through the air tonight. Yeah,
definitely. It's going to be the air for Liam Taylor, and it's going to be all up to Coach Clancy, who's been calling the plays. Last week's play calling was pretty repetitive, as we saw. We heard complaints from the crowd, but it looked like that from the booth, too. Triple option, ran that double-digit times, along with the QB jet to the left, QB jet to the right. It just looked very repetitive, and it's not reflective of what this playbook could be in terms of the run game there, because there's a lot of room for deception, counter, power. If your linemen are watching film, they're able to get on that and make it really a diverse playbook, but that's not what we saw. And I really hope Clancy has the ability to kind of push Liam Taylor through the air tonight.
Yeah, now, Tommy, now you guys can see us. We apologize for that quick technical error. We're joined by Tommy Toohill. Tommy, obviously, you've been a part of this team and this organization, and what's it like as a team when you go through this sort of rebuild and you lose players like the Fords did last season, losing their starting quarterback, starting running back, main receiver core, most of their line? What's it like for a team? What's their mindset heading into a new season, and what can go wrong in that?
Well, really, the first thing that comes to mind is experience and learning. You start to learn, and the only way that you can learn is through the experiences that you get on the field. So really for them, the big thing they got to do here is, injuries happen. It's a terrible part of the game, but it's something that goes on. So, what happens is at that point you get some guys maybe are less experienced or younger guys, whether they're juniors or sophomores. They get in, and it's kind of a trial by fire. No matter how hard you practice during the week, it doesn't matter when it comes to when the lights come on. So, really what it is it's just a learning experience and a learning curve. But, at this point, all they can really do is put their heads up high and just go, as hard as they can for the rest of the season coming up.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly said. When you're rolling into this last, especially for the seniors, right? When you're rolling into this back end of the season here, this is it. This is the last home game for the Fords senior night. might as well go all out. I mean, this is good. This is good potentially for most of these guys. Probably going to be the last football game that they play. So it's going to be important to kind of cherish this, despite your record. Forget about that. It's time to have fun.
Yeah, we apologize here for this technical issue we're having on why we were frozen there, but you should be able to see the field shortly. We are waiting for our tech guys to arrive up here in the booth, but we had to get it started because it is a very special night tonight here at AG Cornog Field for both the football team and the cheerleading team. Nick, what is it out there? Take us through it.
It's going to be senior night for the Fords tonight, and that's going to be cheerleading senior night and for the players on the field, football senior night as well. They're currently going through some of the members. Looks like Buddy Coacher, Nate Shoemaker, Owen Morse have already walked. Here comes Owen Rose, and next will be Keith Heinrichs, who we'll talk about a little bit later. He's a big piece of the defense. He's going to be out tonight, but it's honestly just a special night for the Haverford Fords here, and as sort of like a little message, me and Connor kind of whipped something up here. We wanted to say congratulations to all the seniors. 4 years of commitment to the Fords is something special. It's something that a lot of people can't say that they've done. And the seniors have played, and for the cheerleaders, they've cheered their hearts out all season. And it's really made this atmosphere at AG Cornog Field what it is. It's the reason why everybody comes to these games. These stands are packed at all the home games, regardless of records. And it really makes Fords football special. And it's not going to be the same without them.
Yeah, absolutely. Tommy, you played with a decent amount of these guys last year. What's it like? And you obviously played as a senior in senior night last year. What's the feeling like after you put all this dedication, all this work in for years and years, and you come down and it's truly, last ride. It's the last home game for the Fords this season. We'll talk more about that as we go on, the future of the football team and the HSM and what if you guys will have another broadcast to be able to listen to. But Tommy, what is that like, and what's that feeling like being there for senior night, your last game at home after all these years?
So I will say this, senior nights are always special. There's a lot that goes into it in the fact that it's a very emotional night. The coaching staff is emotionally charged. The seniors, obviously, right, want to play their hearts out. Besides that, even the younger guys. Like, for instance, I sadly couldn't play last year on my senior night. That was a really hard thing for me. But as a junior, I played on a senior night. And it's just one of those things where everybody wants to win it for the seniors. And everybody wants to just try their hardest. And, obviously play to the final whistle. It doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter who you're facing. It really just matters about the people to the left and the right of you. And, it's just a really big thing for them there. So, obviously, I feel with some of the people like Keith Heinrichs, Knapp, HSM Zone, Max Capello. I feel with them right now because they can't play for their senior night because I was in their shoes last year. But besides that, I mean, you're just, you're all charged up and ready to go if you're suiting up right now.
And on the opposite of that, if you come into a matchup, a Central League matchup, what's been a competitive matchup the past couple of seasons, is there different type of motivation to sort of go out there, ruin a team's senior night like that? If you're Lower Merion right now and you see all these festivities, it's almost disrespectful because teams usually schedule senior nights on games where they think they have a good chance at winning.
Oh, it's absolutely motivation. I've played for a senior night or two for the other team or even like a homecoming game. It's absolutely motivation. You come in there juiced. It really kind of almost brings an added animosity to the game that you never would have thought, really. But yeah, I mean, if you're the other team's senior night, you just want to go up there and fight it. And when you're celebrating your own, you got to know it's no easy battle. These guys are going to probably come out here and give you your best shot because there's no better feeling than just disappointing the home team when you're visiting. So no way better to do it if you're the Aces than to try to, beat the Fords here on their senior night. But, I believe, and let's hope the boys in the red and gold get their senior night win tonight.
Yeah, and this extra added motivation here for the Aces is gonna come into it. And this team has had it's hard to say really what their season has been because their record is better than the team. I think is safe.
I would definitely say that. Yeah. I mean, a 3-4 record, you look at that, you're like, that's not too shabby. But it really, if you really look at their matchups, I mean, Ridley, a team that hasn't really performed as well as everybody would thought this year, they lost 55-26. It looks like that those passing teams, the Springfield with Ryan Whitaker, looks like one of the best quarterbacks in the Central League. Ryan Carroll, we saw him last year. He was a great passer through the air, and he was a sophomore. He's probably even a better passer as a junior, despite how that Ridley team has performed. But it seems like that once the ball gets into the air, this defense starts to scramble. And I think it's because they don't have enough talent. On the defensive line, they have people like Andrew Cook. He's been an absolute force. He's one of the reasons why that defense has been so great against the run. And I think that this Lower Merion versus Haverford game is going to be made or broken on the pass game.
Yeah, just to take you guys through a quick recap of the Aces season so far. They opened the season home against Ben Salem. They won 6-0. They then faced their first Central League opponent in week 2, where they took on the Haverford rival Upper Darby, and they won 14-6 in an overtime contest. They started off 2-0. They had high hopes, and then they kind of hit a wall where they went at Wissahickon. They lost that game 35-18. Then they had 3 consecutive Central League matchups with Ridley, as you mentioned, Nick, and then they got shut out by Springfield, and then they lost 10-8 at Garnet Valley, which is similar to Haverford this time, a little bit closer, but very competitive games against some top teams like you see with Garnet. And then just last week, Lower Merion broke that losing skid with a win versus Pencrest, which is a team that we saw absolutely dominate the Fords.
And one of the things that, if people didn't know, looking at it on paper, that Lower Merion team did not have their starting quarterback, Lehigh commit Mackay Smith, for half of the Wissahickon game, the Ridley game, and the Springfield game. He did come back against Garnet, and he did play against Pencrest. So, as you guys are going to start talking about that, you really got to see how valuable he is to this club.
Absolutely. He's a game changer. He's a Division I quarterback for a reason. We saw him a little bit in warm-ups. Didn't really show off the arm too much. We know he's playing on injuries, a little bit banged up this season. But his arm looks fantastic. Just on the money, absolute laser for an arm. Something you almost never see at the high school level. He's a talent. Just that's the simplest terms that I could put it.
Yeah, he's got a comfortable range, I'd say 40, 50 some yards, and his IQ too, despite his sort of lack of weapons that he has, the depth throughout the entire team is not quite there. He does really well with what he has.
Definitely. Yeah, there is a lack of weapons out there at wide receiver. At running back, they have number 17, Ben Booker, but other than that, like with that nice safety valve, the receivers on this team haven't really made that much of a difference in terms of their Lower Merion season. And when you're Mackay Smith, that's not too much to work with. You need somebody to catch the ball for you to be able to make plays and look good.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other players to watch out for tonight on both sides. We mentioned Andrew Cook, but he is one of the most influential defensive ends in the Central League. I think it's safe to say that at this point.
Oh, definitely. One of the key factors in this game. We were talking about when he was going through youth football and through middle school ball, he was just, from a size perspective, just absolutely towering over these people. We were conversating about maybe like 275 in middle school, dropped down to 250, got some speed. He's a force to be reckoned with out there.
Yeah, and Haverford has to take advantage of Lower Merion's secondary because they're going to struggle to be able to get past and succeed off of Cook tonight. On Haverford, there's definitely some changes tonight, both due to injury and coaching adjustments. Keith Heinrichs is out with a concussion, so that changes things up a little bit. Matt McAndrews and Vincent Cunningham both cleared to play, so they're going to be splitting reps at the A-back position, which we've seen Heinrichs take the entire year. Then you have Heinrichs, who plays both sides of the ball. He's one of the starting cornerbacks. So you're going to have Owen Rose move to cornerback to fill Heinrichs' spot there. And then they're going to put QB1 Liam Taylor out there at the starting safety spot tonight.
Yeah, that's an interesting move. He's a young guy. We've seen him show flashes of that. He's probably going to become a great quarterback here at Haverford. But it's interesting that they're gonna send him out there at safety. I think it's a great idea. He's an athlete. We've seen him run the ball, and he commands respect as he runs the ball. We've seen him truck a few people. We've seen him get out of the pocket. And I think it would be a fair assessment to say that he'd probably be great on defense.
Yeah, Tommy, what do you feel about this move where you have, Liam Taylor, who hasn't played a snap at safety all year, because, one, the spot's full because Owen Rose is there, and now he's thrown into it in sort of a big game where this team needs a win just to keep their season going forward and not just lose all hope in the rest of it. Ford's got 2 away games the next 2 weeks, both at Strathaven and at Ridley. So what's the coaching, what's the mindset of putting Liam Taylor out there at starting safety?
I would not be worried at all about Liam Taylor. He was a scout team safety my senior year, and overall, I mean, if we haven't seen it enough from him being behind center, the kid's an overall athlete. He works as hard as he can, and he's just naturally gifted with some football instincts. So if you ask me, there might be like 1 or 2 plays that he would have been able to make if he had gotten some more reps with it. But besides that, I would have really not that much worry. I'm assuming they probably put him in. I would assume Monday they told him that he was going to play safety this week. Knowing the way that guy is, he's probably watched so much film on this offense to make sure he knows what's going on. And after that, it's game day now. Now he's just got to go down and execute.
Yeah, and injuries have kind of haunted this Fords team so far this season consistently. Unfortunately, as hard as it is to say, this team has not had a game where all of their players have been healthy. And it's not expected to, but it just seems a little extra this year with the amount of injuries that the Fords have had.
Yeah, and it's probably just we saw a lot of cramping early in the season, but you can chalk that up to conditioning. But now we're seeing a lot of concussions. We see Keith Heinrichs out with a concussion. Colin Corkery was out with a concussion last week. And Jake Knapp, something in his elbow. He was telling us pregame. It depends. I mean, it may be how they're functioning in practice. The reality of it is that injuries happen. Tommy Tuel is completely correct about that. And you're going to need to hit in practice. Let's just face it. I mean, it's something that you need to constantly practice because 2 years ago, that was a big issue with the tackling when people like Tommy Caruso were a senior. There was a lot of missed tackling, and it's because we didn't tackle enough in practice. And then they've probably learned their lesson and started to ramp the hitting up, and that comes with injuries. But it's a shame that some of these people won't be able to play on their senior nights, especially Michael Caruso. We haven't seen him get snaps all season because of injury. And it's kind of upsetting if you look at it from a perspective of this is going to be the last time that they step on the field.
Yeah, and it's something like when you have a player on Lower Merion like Mekhi Smith who's playing on a torn meniscus or partially torn meniscus, and you guys, out on Haverford for cramps and whatnot, it's something to keep in mind on really what the mindset of that is. We will be right back as we take a quick break to fix some technical errors for you guys. So stay tuned. Don't go far. Stay at your computers. Keep your TVs on, and be ready for some competitive Central League football in just a couple minutes. Hello and welcome back. We are about 5 minutes from kickoff. We apologize in the pregame show. We were frozen or not on the screen, but hopefully you guys were able to hear everything we said. Very insightful show here. Connor Salvesen joined by Nick DiPaolo and special guest Tommy Toohill here for the pregame show as the Aces are taking the field. Tom, you got to get out there. You know, you got no voice, but you still got to go out there and root for the home team or, whatever you feel like. Prediction, last words, anything here as just a couple minutes away from kickoff.
All right. Numbers, players to look out for Lower Merion, 17, 10, and 1. Smith, Cook, and Booker. That's really going to be who depicts the game. Feel like the forwards have to be able to win the trenches. Lower Merion, this is probably going to be the most, size-wise and skill-wise. I think the forwards probably have a very good chance of beating up this Lower Merion front. So it comes down to that. And it's senior night, you got to go out. You really have a chance. Lower Merion right now is very much they're in the hunt to be in the playoffs. So do what you can do. I personally think this is going to be a low-scoring game. You've seen it with Lower Merion, even with Smith. Doesn't matter. Low-scoring games. It's going to come down to who wants it more. And if you ask me, it's the Fords. I think they pull off the upset. Give me a 14-8 game.
Love it. Tommy Toohill, HSM legend, overall fantastic person. Always a pleasure to have you up here in the booth, on the field.
And roll Fords.
Roll
Forwards.
What a day. What a night. And here come your Haverford Fords. I don't know. It's starting to hit.
There's
Nick.
something in the air.
He's feeling it.
There is something in the air. We'll get into that later, but this Fords team, they look juiced. Ryan Corbett coming out with the Fords. It looks like a wrestling belt.
I remember we saw actually last year's media day. There's a picture of Thompson Toohill with that same exact belt. So that's something, I love when teams do stuff like that with, like, you see teams, whatever, turnover hat or, whatever, the home run hat the Phillies had a couple years ago. Back when Bamboo Brad was on the team.
Oh, yeah.
But always stuff like that. It looks good, and it gets the guys pumped up and ready to do what they have to do. As the captains will be going out there shortly to do the coin toss. We're just a couple of minutes away from kickoff on this football and cheer senior night. In case you guys miss it, in the warm-ups, we'll do another quick overview, very quick, of the Aces season so far. They are currently 3-4. They are first place in PIAA District 6. Oh, we apologize. Our camera's glitching out on you guys. They started the game, 2-game win streak. Ben Salem, Upper Darby, both low-scoring games. They scored a combined 20 points and gave up a total of 6 points in those two. Then they went on a 4-game losing skid, falling to Wissahickon Ridley, shut out by Springfield 42-0. Then a close game ended up falling to Garnet Valley. Then last week, they got their lick back. They're back in the win column against Pencrest. They shut down Matt Ferry, only giving up 7 points against that Lions offense.
Yeah, and that's something that Haverford's defense cannot say that they did. 34 points put up by that Pencrest, primarily put up by that Pencrest run game. Their quarterback, Nico Tosi, is still out with that boot, and it's just, wow. Like that, we saw Matt Ferry run that ball here at AG Cornell Field. That was dominant. He is a dominant runner. To be able to say that you shut him down, that's making a statement. That says that your defense plays to a level where they can absolutely dominate a game if they want to and control the ball.
Yeah, Haverford coming into this one 1-5, bit of a struggle of a season, and they haven't done great so far. But if anyone wants it, it's going to be this Fords team. And these seniors on this senior night, we'll go over their names a lot of times tonight. They're going to want it more than anyone. 1-5, you got two of the toughest places to play in the Central League coming up the next 2 weeks. They want it, and I think they're going to go out and get it tonight. As the national anthem will be played here at AG Cornog Field. We'll get back in about 2 minutes for live coverage of this one.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
A great rendition of our national anthem sang there by the Haverford High School chorus that you guys heard. And now the forwards and the aces will take their positions here. They take the field, and we are ready for this one. The forwards look to be kicking this one away.
Vince Cunningham
Cunningham
back in on the gridiron tonight. They've missed his leg. There's been a few extra points that have not gone their way, and it's been the difference in games. They're going to love having Vince Cunningham back.
Back there to return for the aces, they got two guys. It looks like Joshua Barrow Adams and possibly Chris Cook back there. Hard to see the numbers, but I do love the pink here on the aces. Lots of pink to support breast cancer awareness. You obviously have the pink out for the forwards as Barrow Adams breaks some tackles, but eventually swallowed up. And the aces take possession about the 26-yard line to start this one.
A little slow there for the on the part of the aces. I mean, it looked like they were a little hesitant. Barrow Adams a little hesitant carrying the ball. Maybe that kind of matriculates into their offensive play tonight.
Yeah, it's a scary place to come in here and play and face this defense and special teams. It's the one thing that's kind of kept the forwards in games all season long, and it's the offense that's been weak and struggling, and that's just because it's young and inexperienced at a varsity level. But for the Lower Merion Aces to come in here like that, it's definitely something to keep in mind. As Makai Smith, senior Lehigh commit, he had offers from Cornell and University of Maryland as well, but he is committed full ride to Lehigh. Playing on a torn meniscus, he drops back, fires one just over the head of Ben Booker. Incomplete.
The next play, if you direct your eyes to the safety positions on the field for the forwards, it looks like there's number 3, Adam Kilpatrick, number 7, Liam Taylor, both new to the defense here. Liam Taylor, Tommy Tuhill predicted probably about Monday. They told me we're starting. He's an athlete at heart, so he probably said, I'm going to take this on. I'm going to take this challenge, and he's hopping out there at safety. Adam Kilpatrick, we saw him a little bit last week because Owen Rose is rocking down to corner. It looks like they're going to go with them two tonight at safety.
Yeah, Keith Heydrich's out, so Owen Rose shifted over to the cornerback position, and those guys filled it. Makai Smith, they go to the run game, this time swallowed up by the Ford's D-line.
And that's exactly what you need to see all night from the Ford's D-line. Tommy Tuhill, pre-game, said, I'm never betting against a Coach Powell defense, and I agree with him. This defense has been the bright spot of their season and has kept them in games. It's the reason that they even lost by 1 point. It could have been a lot more despite the play of this defense.
Fords force a third and long. Balls on the 28. It's a third with 10 to gain.
Got to expect through the air here from Smith.
Smith barking out orders. Defense is ready. High snap. Smith drops back. He's now rolling to his right. He's trying to find an open receiver downfield. He fires up the sideline.
Just threw that one away, it looks like.
Almost intended for C.J. Morgan, the junior tight end, but he was not open, and it looks like the Aces about to punt this one away, and a good, strong defensive stand for the Fords to start this one off.
Looked like a bit of confusion there from Smith. Kind of stood tall and kind of looked around. Didn't look like he knew what was happening. Maybe play call, maybe didn't like what he saw pre-snap on defense and just decided to kind of out of bounds. If it's not my guy, then it's nobody.
Playing on a torn meniscus, he seems to be pretty mobile, though.
Oh, yeah. He's just a different animal. There's only one other person I've known that's ran track on a torn meniscus. That was AJ Coco, and he set a new PR. So doing something like that, playing football, especially at this level on a torn meniscus, is something that I definitely know I couldn't do. But it's just insane to see that out on the field.
High snap to Declan Mack, but that punt will go across the 50-yard line. It'll set the Fords up with about 55 yards to punch this one in and try to get some points on the board.
It is senior night tonight, so we may see some increased play from some seniors here. We saw a few guys out on kickoff, but it looks like Fords are going to be sticking with
Normal
their
group.
typical group out there, yeah.
This team's 1-5. They got to go out there and win games. And yeah, if you take a big lead at halftime, absolutely go out there, put Stromberg, put some other seniors in that don't typically get playing time. But you're not going to see 14 out there tonight as Heinrichs is hurt.
Yeah, Heinrichs, big piece of this team, starts both sides of the ball. He's playing that A-back position and also corner, and it's kind of a big loss, especially when your team's 1-5 and 1-5, and you need to kind of pick up some more wins to make the season a little bit more memorable. It's a big piece to miss.
And you see the orbit still working without Heinrichs doing it. This time it's Matt McAndrews who's finally cleared to play from his injury, and it'll work here. 1st and 5. That's an offsides for the Aces.
Here comes Cook onto the field. Looks like he's going to be doing a little bit of linebacker tonight. I assume we're going to see a blitz from him right up the middle here. Yep, you can already see him.
And once again, there's movement on the line.
I think that one's going to be on Haverford. That's going to move them back, basically resetting what just happened.
Just a waste of a couple seconds here.
But
10:52 to go here in this first quarter.
But a little bit on Matt McAndrews. I used to play with him my sophomore year. He is an absolute. When I was there, he was probably the best person out of our class, and it was a shame that he got injured. But he's a great talent. I can find a few YouTube videos of my freshman year, my sophomore year, throwing some touchdowns to him.
And something to keep not really your mind on, but just a fun fact of these guys is a lot of these guys played youth ball.
Yeah.
Guys like Ryan Corbett and Mike McGinley played Andrew Cook, and when it's St. Denis versus Haverford Youth at football club and all these things. So these guys have played each other and have known each other for a lot of years.
Yeah, definitely. The township team is something, especially when the years when Mekhi Smith was actually the quarterback of that team, and they ended up winning a big southeastern area championship, and they also played some of these Catholic teams. That's a kind of a big part. Like when you're raising a family here, your kid wants to play football. Where are you going to go? He's going to go to the township team, or is he going to go to like the church league? And that's a big decision. Breeds a big rivalry, and it's great to see them play.
Yeah, CYO football is obviously a huge thing in this town. As flags are just thrown. 3 of 4 plays the Fords have run so far in this one. Flags have been thrown. It's just
like
not.
They're going to call false start on Haverford. That's going to back them up.
And who knows? Maybe it's because Heinrichs isn't there. Someone's not set. Someone jumps. It's all sorts of things it could be.
Yeah, you're missing that playbook experience. Heinrichs, he's been with the playbook he hasn't been with the playbook, but he's been playing football for a long time, and it's just that 1 year of experience can make all the difference.
So it's a 2nd and 10. If you're just now joining us, no, this is not just the second play of the Fords drive. We've had quite a few, but they're all set. 9:54 to go.
Looks like Mekhi Smith also playing both sides of the ball. Looks like he's at an outside linebacker position. Little bit hesitant there, as he tried to go in for that tackle. He was already being brought down. Definitely trying to protect his legs.
Yeah. Lower Merion, that's the one thing they've done good all year is protect against the run. We saw them do it, shutting down Matt Ferry and Pencrest to only 7 points. And I think if you're Haverford, if you're Coach Dockery, you're going to have to make adjustments both mid-game, and you're going to have to adjust coming into it with planning and plan to go through the air tonight for a decent portion of this game if you want to put up points, because it's the secondary that you're going to be able to expose.
Especially. Like, for example, 13 Jordan Simmons, that senior over there, he doesn't look like he could handle like a Buddy Kocher. I mean, Buddy Kocher has been probably the main target, I would say, the big home run hitter, if you will, for Liam Taylor. And I think Buddy Kocher has the ability, just seeing his speed and how he ran in warm-ups, I think Buddy Kocher can beat him on a few routes.
3rd and 9. McAndrews does the orbit. He gets the ball. He goes up the field. McAndrews breaks tackles, eventually taken down at about the 44-yard line. A big gain for the senior on his senior night.
And there's that speed that Haverford has missed. Keith Heinrichs. This is no shade on Keith Heinrichs, but that speed from Mac McAndrews is just a different level. I mean, he shot right upfield. The ball carrier vision, he put it all together, the whole 9 yards. and it's going to give him a first down.
I'm pretty sure that McAndrews was cleared last week too, but I just don't think he was ready quite in time for Coach Doc to put him in. But it's got to feel good to go out there, get some time here on your senior night, and go out there and start your game with a play like that. Is Shoemaker. He's up the field. He breaks somehow in a huge pile, and he's still plummeting forward.
Wow, this Ford's run game is starting to look good. Nate Shoemaker kind of makes a little cut across the field. Great adjustment there. Got to the second level, realized he had an opening to his left, made that cut, got him an extra 10 to 15 yards.
I was talking about how Lower Merion's run defense has kind of been the thing that's helped them survive this season, but right now it looks like the Fords kind of finding holes and exposing the gaps.
If Haverford can get a point up and get that run game going, establish that ball on the ground, then I think Lower Merion probably has no chance of winning this game unless their offense really decides to pop off. And with the condition of Smith, I don't know if he can do it.
Lower Merion student section, I will say, they travel. I mean, yes,
they travel.
It's almost a crosstown game. I mean, you could walk to Lower Merion High School. It'd be quite the walk, but it's what, 10-minute drive?
Oh, yeah. Cross-country team does their runs there every day. From Haverford, they go to Lower Merion area and they come back. It's but despite that, looks like they're out there pink out versus pink out tonight. Haverford student section is in the pink out as well.
It's a big night for the Ford. It's the pink out, which is always for a great cause, great awareness. I got,
Yeah, even the players on the field sporting that pink for Lower Merion. You see pink gloves, pink wrap.
We saw that last week, too, with Marple. Haverford's yet to do it. I don't know if it's something with the coaching or not, but we have not seen that a lot. Liam Taylor takes it himself, going towards the end zone, breaks a tackle, bounces off the contact, and scores the first touchdown of this game.
Dominance, absolute dominance on offense. That drive, everything went correctly. Coach Clancy, incredible play calling. I didn't see repetition of one play right there. That was perfect. I love that.
We talked about the physicality of Liam Taylor. What an athlete he is. And he'll punch in 6 points for the Fords to start this one off. Cunningham looking to knock this one through and making this a 7-0 game.
He's got that natural football instinct.
Snap the hold. The kick by Cunningham is up, and it's good, and it's 7-0 in favor of the Fords.
And Tommy talked about that kind of when you're in that position where you're not a senior but you're playing varsity, you really want to go out there and win it for the seniors. It's really something.
You guys are now seeing that run one more time. Look at the orbit, so he's going to pull the cornerbacks over, and Taylor just goes right up the middle.
Whoever was at right guard, pull it across. Looks like that was a little bit of a quarterback power play, and they just opened a hole that you could drive a sedan through. I mean, that was
run through.
And if you plan to pass the ball, it can tell you something pre-snap. Who's moving? Is it man coverage? And then he's going to follow him.
So far, so good for the Fords. No real complaints. Which we've seen some first drives for the Fords this season that have been questionable, but looking really good and promising so far for the Fords.
Looks like they're going to give Cook a try, and he is bursting through. And
he's going to eventually... Oh, the ball is out! The Aces, it looks like, fall on it. He's at about the 48-yard line. Ball just popped out, but he looked like he was just going to run through this entire thing.
That is John Mobley. The speed on him just completely darted through without hesitation straight through the Fords line. Jimmy Frisaro's lucky he got there.
Yeah. Mobley drops the ball at the end, but the Aces get it, and then they set themselves up for pretty good field position here. And they're looking to tie this game up. They're trailing by 7 with 8:05 to go in this first quarter.
This is great position for Smith.
Mobley in motion. Smith dropping back. He's got pressure on his backside. He's going to look to throw.
That meniscus is probably killing him as he
fell, but as far as
looks
I'm
like he's
aware,
going to check out.
if your helmet comes... I did see pregame.
Nick DeLuca.
Yeah, Nick DeLuca.
Sophomore.
He had quite the arm. They're not there. I highly doubt that the Aces coaching staff and coach all the snap to DeLuca. Oh, he is going to throw. Good little screen pass out from the flat as he breaks.
Ball. And he has some crazy clips of him dunking. He's just a pure athlete. That's another big rivalry here is the LM versus Haverford basketball game. I highly recommend it. Great energy.
Absolutely do it. 7:03 to go. This time they go up the middle. No gain at all. In fact, a loss of yards for the Aces.
Looks like that was Jake Lisicki in there who struggled last week a little bit But looking to get back on track here, and then Corbett was the one who finished it off. He's and I would, in my opinion, he's probably one of the leaders of this defense, along with Shoemaker.
2nd and 10.
Empty backfield here. You gotta think Smith's going to drop back.
The Coach Augustine and the coaching staff knows that they have adjustments made on their defensive end as
And
that ball is
that one
just dropped.
slipped right through his hands, and that's exactly what we were talking about in pregame. He does not have weapons. You can't make plays when nobody wants to catch the ball.
But Adam Kilpatrick, who haven't 19, right to number 34, Mobley, who cuts up, eventually taken down.
Tried to split Kocher and another player on the ground. Looks like that may have been Shoemaker or Taylor. Tried to split 2 defenders and wasn't able to slip through there.
It'll bring up a
Smith, look like he's pointing at his knee.
2nd and 3, and that's, when you're playing on a partially torn or torn meniscus, we're still unaware completely on what the injury on Smith is. But the Lehigh commit, he's got to, put his priority is keeping himself healthy and in shape.
Yeah, especially when you got a big freshman year coming up at Lehigh.
Booker behind him. He's going to look right to fire across the middle. Oh, and it's through the hands of an open receiver in the end zone.
And that's probably what Smith has struggled with all year. Just the having to deal with a lot of drops. I mean, what is that, 2 or 3 on this drive already?
And it really, flags are now thrown. I'm not sure what the really late call was, but it really makes you grateful if you're watching.
And if you're over at Lower Merion, you're probably wishing you had some of the weapons Haverford had.
Still not quite sure what the flag was, but it's a 3rd and 3 balls placed on the 12.
Coach Doherty's barking over at the refs.
It's been a something we've seen all year on both sides about coaches and officials. It's all part of the game. You do your job, they do theirs, and a lot of the time, who knows who's right? Quick pressure.
Gets out of there.
Smith escapes it. He's looking in the end zone. Caught!
Wow. And Smith is hype about that one.
Wow.
What a play that was. A man immediately shot right through the line. Didn't even give Smith a second to even catch the ball. And he slipped out of there with ease.
Wow. We don't know if you saw that because we're having technical issues. But wow. Immediate pressure. 2 forwards running at him. He's flushed out to his right, running out of bounds, facing the forward sideline, probably screaming at him. And he finds an open receiver.
Drops a dime in the end zone.
High snap, good hold. Kick is out, but it's blocked by Ryan Corbett.
That took way too much time if you're Lower Merion.
Yeah, I mean, the high snap, slow hold, and Corbett is all over that one. As you'll see that replay coming up. Yeah, the snap is way too high, not quick enough to get it down. Corbett busted through the line. And it's a 7-6 ball game here at AG Cornog Field. A lot of football to be played. We're just talking about turkey dinner, and it reminds us of the Turkey Bowl. And we just received news this afternoon that this entire season I was expecting, and we were under the influence that the Turkey Bowl, Upper Darby Haverford rivalry that's been going on for 100-some years now, was going to be at AG Cornog Field this year. But we got the unfortunate news that it'll be away. So it'll be at Upper Darby's new facilities. We don't know if we'll be able to broadcast it. We're looking in order to get rights and permissions for that as Morris goes upfield, steps out of bounds. But we're hoping we'll be able to broadcast Upper Darby Turkey Bowl for you guys. Otherwise, we don't know quite yet if we're able to broadcast at Strathaven either. So at the end of this one, we'll have, our spiel about this could be it for us. Me and Nick, we talked about their senior night. It's, it is our last home broadcast. Probably our last time sitting in this booth. So we'll talk a lot more about that as we go on in this one. But right now, it's all eyes on the players on the field. 5:07 to go. Kickoff ended up at the 41-yard line. It's a 1st and 10. Julian in motion. Taylor takes himself again. Taylor's bouncing out to his left. Hops over the defender. Ripped out.
Nate
Still going.
Shoemaker. There's a flag on the field, and I think it might be on Shoemaker, but that was an incredible block. Did you see the hole that Tommy Tuill is right. They are bound to win this game in the trenches. I mean, they are opening up holes like it's nobody's business.
Grabius not happy about that one. Coming down the field, marching down the field with authority to talk to the official.
Yeah, I think that one's coming back.
Yeah, that looks like Ford's kind of accepting that one's going to be backing him up.
That was the same play they scored the touchdown on.
Holding. It was the call, we believe, on
Shoemaker.
4:25 to go.
Now, we talked about repetitiveness. I really hope it doesn't get to a point where you're kind of if you're Lower Merion, you're kind of anticipating a play like that, or those if Taylor hesitates, he's probably going to keep it sort of anticipations that I guess you could make later into the game, which could be a game changer, especially in a game that we expect to be close here.
Yeah, they score it, and they think they could just continue to do it and be successful on it. But it's not the case. Defenses can make adjustments pretty easily.
Yeah, and there's one right there. Andrew Cook absolutely burying Nate Shoemaker. That one is going to hurt in the morning. We know that there's going to be a few times tonight that we're probably going to wince at the hits that Cook makes.
Yeah, that's a guy who can change the course of games, and one of the top defensive linemen in the Central League. Ball's placed on the 46. It's a 2nd and 5 with 3:33 to go. Julia's in motion. Taylor's going to keep it. He breaks through the hole up the middle, still going forward north to south.
And Cook wrestles him down. Picks him back up, though. That's some good sportsmanship.
Looks like Spiro Vulgaridis taking some stretching or some warm-ups here with Trader Brendan. I'm not sure what's going on. But we'll keep an eye out on him. Maybe he got hurt on the kickoff there, but we'll keep an eye out on him. Looks like it's a leg injury for him. First down for the Fords. 3 minutes to go. Yard to gain is the 30. Taylor, this time rolls out to his right.
Every play, it gets less and less effective.
Yep.
Last one went for a first down. First one went for a touchdown. Last one went for a first down. This one only 2 yards. 2 or 3 yards. Cook is starting to key in on some of these plays.
He's definitely getting a look on what this play is going to be each time. Something that Taylor does pre-snap.
It's that hesitation, that immediate hesitation when he snaps the ball, because he's got to wait for the box to develop. It's something that he has to do, but it kind of gives it away.
2nd and 7. Ball's on the 42. He's got Kocher up to his right. This time we'll give it to Shoemaker, who's going to his left. Still pushing forward.
So 3rd and medium here for the Fords. If I'm Coach Clancy, I want to call a pass play. I'm thinking through the air right now. Taylor in warm-ups. He continues to look incredible in warm-ups.
I'm ready for it. I'm ready for Taylor to drop back and drop a dime. We've seen him do it multiple times in the past. And I think we're going to see it right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're going to give him the first. They're actually going to move the chains, a very generous spot, possibly a flag after the game. But it is 1st and 10. Ball is now on the 42-yard line.
Looks like Lower Merion a bit confused about that one.
I don't think they understood what happened either. And they're just still moving the chains. They don't even have the ball set yet.
Yeah, referee's going to blow this one. He's just going to say timeout, Lower Merion. It's like,
give the Aces some time to talk it over, figure out what to do, and the Fords are continuing to march down the field. It's a 1st and 10 with 2:08 to go in this first quarter. A lot of football to be played. Keep watching. First and 10. Ball's in the 24. The pitch to McAndrews.
Good cut by McAndrews,
He's
and it looks
still
like
going up the field.
that's ball carrier vision right there.
He just got the burst of energy and the burst of speed right off the bat, and it's very impressive.
Yeah, he's got wheels. He's got wheels, and I think that play has been been slowed up by the speed there in the backfield. Nate Shoemaker, although he's a bit of a bruiser, and so is Will Julia, but they've been missing that speed, and that's Matt McAndrews.
You know, it's killing Keith right now. You can see Keith Heinrichs on the sideline.
Yeah.
You guys can't see him on your angle, but it's got to be killing him that he's not out there helping his team win on this senior night.
Yeah. And, you want to do it for your peers. Like, this is a win that all the seniors kind of need to have. It's the reason you schedule a game like this against a team that you think you're capable of beating. Looks like there was a holding call on that, so that's going to come back a little bit. But,
Yeah, first and 8. Ball is placed on the 22-yard line. Just 22 yards to go to put some more points on the board and make this another one-possession game. Andrews in motion once again. Taylor keeps it. He's going up the field, right up the gut, pushing forward. Is the O-line helping him out. A little bit of brotherly shove action.
yeah. The Eagles make it look easy. They really do.
I want to see Coach Doherty pull that one out of the playbook tonight.
Yeah.
On a 4th and 1 at the goal line to win the game. You send, 2 of your biggest guys out there just pushing them. I want to see, guys like
I want to see Evan Eppright out there, number 60. Get out there right behind him and just shove him.
Alexander Evans. No one's stopping him.
No one's stopping him.
Liam Taylor probably could squat 600. I wouldn't put it past him. Under a minute to go here in this first quarter. 2nd and 3. They go right to Shoemaker, who plummets forward for the first. And looks like the ball came out.
They're calling it for
Haverford will keep control of the ball.
Those are the scary ones. You're driving and you're effectively playing 3 yards of a cloud of dust football, and then something pops out, and you really don't want to lose that opportunity to kind of get one over on your opponent.
And it's something that we didn't talk about pregame, but it's something that kind of killed the Fords. I mean, a lot of things killed the Fords last week, but 3 fumbles by the offense. 2 of them I'm kind of self-induced by Liam Taylor and some questionable decision-making, and it happens. But it's something that, you watch back on film and okay, this is not the right decision to make. This is not the right thing to do. And it's something that, they got to make adjustments on. It looks like the Forwards are going to take a time out here and talk things over, sort of figure out what went wrong there, move on from it.
Yeah, Coach Doherty going to have a talk with this offense, get things situated. And as you would say, they're going to take the long walk.
It is the long walk, Nick. That is true. We've had enough broadcasts now where it's usually a long walk down a flip. And 12 more minutes of football here in this first half.
Yeah, we were talking about concussions. Heinrichs, Kober, Corkery. And I think that's it for now. But before, there was a few others. And it's kind of unsettling to see. Like this, we've all heard about the sport of football and the concussions and the head injuries. And it's kind of playing out right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, it's never something you want to see, and it's something, it seriously makes you question what the future of the game is, both at a youth level, at a high school level, and a professional level. Because if I'm 9 years old and there's not NFL football on, I'm going to be pretty angry. I mean, I hope if they ban football, it better be way after the day I die.
Oh, yeah. I think hopefully I'll be along. I think 90, I think maybe triple digits is maybe a little bit too much. I'd be happy living a life to about 85. 85 to 90, I'd die a happy man.
And then they can ban football after that.
Of course. Go ahead, do whatever you want.
When we leave, you guys can do anything. But till then, you guys got to keep it on just for us. Taylor cuts up, and he's taken down by 3 aces.
Cook leading the squad right there, and he was ready. That's the same play that they ran the touchdown on, the same play that we saw three or four times already this drive. It's getting a little repetitive.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like you said, the hesitation. He drops back. He sort of waits a second. The holes start to develop. And
you see that Taylor, right guard pulling?
That's exactly right.
And if you're on the defensive line, like let's say if you're 64, if you're Jackson Hart, you can make that call. You can kind of say, hey, he's going, and that's going to key up some of your linebackers to make a play.
And a great play call there for the Fords is going to lead to a walk-in touchdown by the senior himself, Matt McAndrews. What a game for his debut this season.
First game back, he's doing stuff like this?
Wow. Wow, we're going to cue that one up on the replay. So we and you guys at home, a little sweep play with the fake handoff to his left overall. Out the defense, all sorts of messed up.
That's what this playbook is about. It's about that deception and being able to do these fakes, these counters, these pulls and powers, and all this kind of stuff, this jargon that I'm talking about, able to create a diverse run game.
It is. Extra point is up. And no good. Could have sworn it went to the uprights, but our
Andrews running up.
Our
room to spare there.
Our deception, our I should say,
You is a
view
little
obstructed here by the right pillar, so possibly missed left.
I would say so. But overall, not a bad start from the Fords. 13-6. You got a lead in the second quarter. And if this defense has played like they have all year, I think you go into the halftime with a lead.
Here's your touchdown run once again on your screen. Just untouched, unscathed coming out of that pile of humanity there he broke through.
Yeah.
Our camera was a little shaky, but I just cannot see how this extra point was missed.
Maybe
Pushed it right, it seems, based off of our video.
And as you can, if you direct your eyes to the LM student section, that sea of pink,
Yeah,
that you just the camera just cut away from, they travel well. They are packed here.
as Laura Merion's Zion Gray will go up the field, the senior, eventually taken down.
Looks like they're doing a little committee back there between Mobley, Gray, and
A couple other guys have gotten their shift back there as well.
Barrow Adams as well.
That was a 50-minute touchdown possession here in this, 50-second in this second half. It took barely any time at all after the long walk down. Gave us some time to talk it over. And now it's 11-10 for the Aces to try to answer back. When we saw the Fords at Garnet Valley, just methodical, slow drives, chewing 8-9 minutes off the clock, and then eventually punching it in. That could be a sort of a secret to win this game tonight. Who knows? Smith, interesting formation he has here. He had Cook to his right and, of course, Booker behind him, but he'll end up taking it himself, running out of bounds. About a 4 or 5 yard game.
Yeah, makes a man miss. I think that was Shoemaker, I think it was Julia who kind of made a little juke to and got around him. So he's still it looks like he's still effective in the run game. He picked up solid chunk of yardage there.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be impacting him at least to some extent.
Empty again. It really looks like they're leaning the playbook on him. This is the kind of third or fourth time they've gone empty.
But, I mean, to be fair, when you don't have many other athletes on this team, it's kind of hard not to. As they give it to Mobley, jersey tries to get ripped off. No good. He'll go forward. It's about 8 yard gain and a first down for the Aces.
Yeah, that one's going to move the chains. That's similar, not the same, but similar sweep play we just saw with Matt McAndrews where he had a walk-in touchdown, and Gravius is jumping up and down. Not happy with that one. These position coaches do a lot for the Fords here. Coach Gravius, offensive, defensive line. Will Julia for the linebackers. He's been a big impact on the tackling of this team.
As we apologize for that quick technical difficulty we've had, but Smith...
More like a physical difficulty. We kind of just had somebody just walk right into the booth.
All sorts of crazy things happening
PSA,
here.
if you want to walk into the booth, please don't.
Oh, man. Makai Smith had an open man downfield, just overthrown. 2nd and 10. We are back. They're gonna
Little
go
screen pass Booker.
right to Booker. Booker bouncing to his left. Taken down by a couple of Fords. No, he's not. He stays up on his feet and he gets past the midfield and into scoring territory. Wow, he fooled me.
Yeah, he definitely fooled me as well. I thought he was going to get pushed out of bounds, if anything, but eventually he just made a move upfield. Lisicki couldn't hold on to him.
That's impressive.
Looks like Corbett's off the field. Looks like he's healthy. He's good to go, but I think they may just be keeping him on one side of the ball tonight, or maybe just giving him less time on defense in favor of some of these younger guys.
10:08.
Oh, he's
Makai
got a
Smith
man.
has an open man.
Oh,
and
no,
just,
they're going to.
Oh,
Looks like
man.
he didn't finish the route.
I mean, Zion Gray immediately, almost, he stopped the route because he wanted the PI. He was throwing. He said, "Ref, throw the flag, throw the flag." He stopped running.
He stopped running the entire route. That ball was way over his head because he just kind of sat there and was looking for a flag.
That's something you can't do. I don't care if you want the flag, absolutely, but you can't
You gotta
give up
keep,
your route.
You got to keep going. Because it looked like he had Jimmy Frisaro beat over there on that right side.
Yeah, I mean that would have been. I mean, you also have to talk about the accurate. I mean, you can't. It's hard to say accuracy, but the fact that he was able to get that ball down there when it was pretty tight coverage, it's pretty impressive by
Flag
Makai
on the
Smith.
play. Looks like somebody moved. I'm going to say false start. Lower Merion. That's going to move him back.
I'll back him up. Give the forward some more space to play around. Second and 15, 9:57 to go here in this second quarter. Just now joining us, 13-6 in favor of the Fords. Tom's Two Hills. His prediction needs a safety and something, but not looking great. Makai Smith looking to find an open man. He's not there.
Ooh.
Stiff arms a man down. Julia.
Hand to helmet. That looks like some Derrick Henry would pull out of his arsenal.
I mean, I am shocked, and I love it. I love it. I love the pass game. And it's something you don't get to see in high school, and it's something you haven't seen. It's so much more entertaining to watch this type of football because it's truly a different play each time. You can only do so much with the run game, but watching an offense like this with a guy like Makai Smith, he's a humble guy. He's a scholar. He's an athlete. But the way he plays football, I mean, look at this right here. He's escaping collapsing pockets. This time he's taken down, and that'll bring up a fourth and long. But still, just watching the way he plays and watching this type of offense it's amazing to watch.
Yeah, there's nothing better than watching a talented quarterback play on the field of AG Coronado. We had it for the past 3 years. We were spoiled with Tommy Wright. I mean, he was talented. He had a cannon for an arm. Could reach 60. He was reaching 60 yards in practice.
And before that, you were spoiled by Trey Blair, and you were spoiled by Jack Donaghy, and you were spoiled by all these guys, and even Liam Taylor. He's an athlete. It's just not crazy football.
And this special teams.
Oh, and it's going to be a roughing the punter. No, that's unacceptable. And it's just a great punt either way, but it's going to be roughing the punter. It looks like there's just a little contact, and Declan Mack knew it right off the bat.
Yeah, looks like that was Quinn McGloin, who's going to be the center of this penalty here.
It'll bring up. We'll see where they spot this. It should be about the
About the same.
Yeah.
Looks like they're going to keep the punt team out there. Nothing to send your offense back out there for. It was a great punt last time. I mean, why not just decline? I mean, I guess it may have rolled into the end zone, but I didn't really get a good look. I think it may have rolled into the end zone. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're going to get another shot at this.
I mean, we've seen him a couple times, both kicking and punting. We have Liam Taylor back to return with
Adam Kilpatrick.
This is something we haven't seen.
Future of the Fords, folks, back to return.
I think it's going to be Kilpatrick who it spirals towards, and this time not as good as a punt. It's going to be down right about the maybe 19, 18 and a half yard line. But seeing Taylor back there is scary. You do not want him to get laid out in open field.
Oh, definitely not. Then you're out of a quarterback, and now you have to have Adam Kilpatrick take helm with the whole entire team, and that's going to be a big task for somebody like him. It's kind of interesting to think that Taylor and Kilpatrick, I think they're the same age.
Yeah, they're both your sophomores, and that's your 1 and 2 quarterback. If Taylor goes down, Kilpatrick's there, and he's there to fill the shoes, and he's very capable of doing so. His Lower Merion student section just continues to grow.
They are. Have you seen them during the basketball games? It's even crazier.
Wow. Love it. You love it. Love high school football, everything about it. Taylor. They're going to give it to Shoemaker. Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's going to take it himself. Lots of
Looks like they opted for a different sort of quarterback run there.
Yeah,
shot up the 1 or 2 hole, it looked like.
Definitely the Aces defense thought Shoemaker had it too. They kind of fell around him, and Taylor found an open hole.
Now, this probably isn't the best time to ask this, Connor, but so I've been getting pretty tired recently, and in the mornings and in the nights, I'm thinking coffee might be the option. And I was wondering if you had an opinion. One of my friends, he's a big coffee drinker, and I am not. I've never taken a sip of coffee in my entire life, besides once. One time I tried it, didn't like it, a bit bitter. What do you think about like a nice black coffee in the morning?
Yeah, no, that's not me, Nick. That is not me. I've never been a coffee guy, and I pride myself in saying I don't think I've ever had a cup of coffee in the 17 years I've lived on this planet. So.
Not one.
Not one cup of coffee. Yeah, I think the only time I've actually had coffee is when I picked up the wrong cup at Starbucks, and I took a sip. I said, "This is not my hot chocolate." So that's my one coffee story. So that's not me, Nick. But if it gets you going, I know a lot of people who do.
I've been trying to experiment. I've had one cup of coffee. I really am not a fan of the taste.
Oh, and Taylor looks for the play action, but there's no running back behind him, and he's then taken down by 3 aces.
Looks like that's Cook in tandem with the freshman Dion Walters. Dior Waters. Let me check the roster here. It is Dior Waters. Actually, I thought there was an N.
It's hard. I mean, I will give credit to Merion. I like the way they printed out their roster for us. They formatted it nice. In number order. Some of the times we have rosters that aren't in number order, and it's hard for us, but it's nice. They got the logo in the top right, the coaching staff, Coach Augustine, Coach Tatio, that's Hillo, Coach Dickerson, Coach Harold, Coach Glasgow, Coach McFadden, Coach Rothberg, all your Lower Merion Ace coaches. Taylor gonna keep it.
Looks like that's Kilpatrick.
Where is Taylor at?
I think Taylor's off on the side. I'm
I don't
almost
see Taylor on the
90%
sideline.
sure.
That
was Adam Kilpatrick.
I don't know where Taylor is though.
Kilpatrick checking back.
Oh, there you go. And now Taylor's checking.
Taylor's gonna check back in. Grabius give him a little bit of chat here.
It might have just been the helmet came off or something.
Oh yeah. Both stands look pretty filled tonight. I think this is the biggest. This is the biggest crowd we've had this year.
Absolutely. 6 minutes to go in this first half. Good little pitch play, McAndrews. Ooh, almost broke that one, and it'll bring up a 4th and long. And Coach Grabius barking orders out. Come on. That's what he's saying. He is livid right now.
I'm gonna say, Coach Doc, good decision to punt this one away.
We saw Marvin Newtown do something goofy with the fake punt, and I love the decision. I'm not sure now is the time to do it, but I'd love to see Haverford try to pull something out.
Gicking has a mind of his own. He is the master of the trick play, especially against Haverford. Something
always something when you're watching that Marvin Newtown game. Always something entertaining to watch. Corbett, high snap, punt is away, spiraling down towards the 20-yard line. Is actually going to bounce directly on the 20, roll out till about the 14 where it's downed.
Still waiting for that extra push.
Never know. You see guys
looks like
get all behind it, start pushing it with their hands.
Get down there, blow on it a bit.
5 minutes to go here in this first half of Central League play. It's 13-6 in favor of the Fords.
So 5 minutes left to go, and I think they're going to continue to kind of run that same sort of run and gun game plan that they've had.
And I'm ready to see what Coach Augustine could pull out here with Mackay Smith and the pass game.
This reminds me of the old Fords offense, kind of that always in shotgun sort of.
I love it. That's why I love watching Tommy Wright play.
So entertaining, so great to watch this talented kid.
He fires, caught, going up the sideline is Zion Gray.
That one was on a rope.
I mean, yeah, he's zipping that ball in. A missile.
And you can just see the mechanics. Like even, I know our camera's pretty far away, not too zoomed in, but the mechanics on that throw are pristine.
And the footwork. He knows what he's doing. That's why he's going to Lehigh. And why he had multiple other offers on the table for him. And he's going what's best for his future.
I would say so. Lehigh's a great school.
2nd and 4. He sends Booker out. Oh, and he fakes it.
Duped Ryan Corbett.
Oh, if Corbett recovers.
Back in.
That's never given up on a play. He bit hard on the fake to Cook. To Booker. And then Corbett realizes that Smith still has the football. He bounces right on his back.
Yeah, it looks like there was a whole bunch of nothing in there, and Corbett had a chance to kind of come around the back end and make a play.
It is 3rd and 5 here, and Smith is going to have to make something happen as they have struggled to get anything going on the offensive end the past couple of drives. High snap. He's looking to his right. Nothing's there. He's now rolling out. He's flushed to his right. He's going to try to escape the pocket. He has an open man downfield.
Wow.
Caught, hauled in. Owen Rose on the coverage, but it's a catch for the Aces and a first down and more.
Looks like that's Chris Cook, the freshman, brother of Andrew Cook. Or, excuse me, John Mobley, 34. I mixed up 14 and 34. That was John Mobley.
Hey, the font on the Lower Merion Aces jerseys.
Yeah.
Oh.
If we had to rate these, we saw Chichester. Those were some pretty clean
I know.
jerseys. Marple was some
Marple's-
pretty clean jerseys. I love orange. That was great.
Souderton's got good jerseys, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that it's solid jerseys. I like the
Pencrest
pink.
came out with some ugly jerseys. I'm not even going to.
Ugly jerseys, but they came out with some
Oh,
great
yeah.
football.
Yeah.
Smith
Doesn't matter
dropping
what you're
back.
wearing.
Now escaping to his right, pointing, barking out orders. This time he's tripped up, falling down 2 yards on the play.
Flag on the play. I think they're going to call it a late hit, and Smith's slow to get up.
Oh, no. I mean, I don't think that's a late hit when it's such a hard call to make at the NFL level. To make it at this level when you're still making an effort to go upfield, and there's momentum where you cannot stop yourself even though you're up against the sideline. There's got to be clarification on that rule, but we'll see what the call on the field was.
I think the rule of thumb is if his foot is out of bounds and he is hit, then it's going to be a late hit. Looks like that's exactly what they're going to call. They're going to move the chains forward. Smith, a little slow to get up, but he's back out there. I hope he stays out there. I love watching this kind of football. He is playing his heart out there, and I love seeing it.
But I would like to see Nick DeLuca. He's a sophomore, and he's still got 2 years. He'll probably be their QB1 the next couple of years while Smith goes on to Lehigh. But
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to see the Aces. I mean, this is a team that the Forts have had some great games with. You look at it last year, they had the 2 p.m. game or the 11, whatever it was, the day game over at Lower Merion as a flag thrown here on your near side.
Wow, who is that? Got absolutely thrown. Looks like that was Cook.
But it's 2 teams that have they love playing each other because it's competitive football, and it's like when you're a team, it's such a powerhouse. It's teams come into it like Haverford, or for example, or Upper Darby can go to a game, Radnor can go to a game versus Strathaven and be like, "Oh God, this is just gonna be, terrible. It's gonna be bad football." But for these 2 teams, they're pumped on this. This is gonna be a close game. This is gonna be a shootout. This is gonna be a good game, neck and neck the entire way through it.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a good game, and especially with the animosity between the 2 basketball teams is kind of bleeding into football. You see a few Keith Heinrichs, not even though he's not on the field, he's a big part of the basketball team, along with Owen Morris, who is out there on the field. Looks like he's at corner right now. And some of these players, John Mobley plays basketball. These are multi-sport athletes out here, and the
Smith
rivalries.
has lots of receivers downfield, and he finds an open man who's just on his knees. No, you can't run. It's not NFL rules, but I mean, this is the second or third time that exact play has happened, but these receivers got to stand up, get the yards after catch.
Yeah. Looks like that one was supposed to hit him right in the chest. He kind of moved down and caught it up top, right by his neck area, pinning it against his chest. That's usually something you don't want to see from a receiver.
But this footwork by Smith is fascinating to me.
And he is calm, cool, and collected in that pocket. It almost looks like he's at home.
Easy run there for Booker. Couple yards. I'll get you about 4 or 5. And he is down. He'll get up there, help with his teammate, Andrew Payne.
Looks like Mobley's going to come back out. That's usually... And tight end is C.J. Morgan. He's going to check out. So I'm assuming they're going to go pass here with the receivers out on the field.
3rd and 5. You got to think if they get close, you're Coach Augustine, you got to go at this stage of the game. He's looking, has an open receiver there on his left, diving down. He's going to be short of the first.
Let's see where they mark
Looks
it.
to be at least a yard
yeah,
short.
looks like he held the... Oh, no, they're going to...
Josh-
Yes, 4th.
Joshua Barrow Adams there at the catch. I think he's a yard short. I don't even think you have to pull out the change.
And it
Definitely
looks like
4.
they're going to go empty here. This is going to be interesting.
Now-
Empty play call with 4th and 1.
Doherty's Coach Doherty running, sprinting. I mean, I saw like a 3.8 40-yard dash there by Coach Doherty calling that timeout. Wow, he turned on the Jets for that one. Looked like Matt McAndrews. He wanted the timeout. Definitely didn't see something he liked, and he'll
When
give
you
the
see
aces
that empty
some time, too.
formation, hurry up. That's not a good sign.
As we have Liam Taylor warming up the arm. Now we're gonna have maybe a little 1 minute drill action here for the forwards. So he's got to get the arm ready, get the arm loose, and maybe air one out, try to punch one in here late in this half. Oh, and looks like it'll still be empty backfield, and they're gonna air this one out.
They're gonna look at this man coverage. You can tell they got everybody lined up. Nobody to protect back. So if somebody gets beat, it's over.
And flags thrown.
Lower Merion clapping. Looks like that's gonna be offsides on Haverford's defense. They got him.
Yep. Looks like Mobley possibly caused the movement, but it'll work no matter what they did. It'll offsides and it'll move the chains.
Little hard count there. That's probably something I'd put money down if I was a betting man that Coach Doherty said, watch out for the hard count right before they ran out, and that's exactly what happened.
He ran the 3-8 for nothing. First and 10, 1:16 to go. Smith looking to try to tie this game up. If they get this and go for two, Booker fakes the end around. Smith fires to the end zone. Oh, it's through the hands
And that
of
one was
John Mobley.
picture perfect.
John Mobley was open, striding into the end zone. Gravius is still not happy about something, but God, I feel bad for Mekhi Smith.
Picture perfect ball right there. I mean, that was like perfectly in stride. Looks like they're just going to have to go at it again.
Still over a minute to go. 1:10 to go. Ball's on the 32.
That's got to be demoralizing.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to hurt because there's nothing else you can do. You're doing everything perfect. He's looking. He's got pressure. He escapes it. He throws. That one's overthrown.
Under
but he
duress.
Still evaded the pressure. It's impressive.
Coach Gravius is like, come on, we have to get to the quarterback. Their offensive line broke down immediately there, and he just split the defenders and tried to make a pass downfield.
That's something that you see like Dak Prescott struggle with. That's something you see NFL quarterbacks struggle with, is stepping up when your pocket is sort of falling around you. That is impressive what Mekhi Smith just did.
Looks like they're going to do two receivers to the bottom of your screen, two to the top. Booker's going to be in the backfield. I'm assuming there's going to be another pass. We'll see what they try to whip up here.
3rd and 10. Mack in motion. Smith gets dropping back. Pressure knockdown! Incomplete pass. It'll bring up a 4th and 10.
If you're Lower Merion, why not go for it here? You have a minute left in the game, and if you really think your defense can handle it, yeah, it looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to send Smith back on the field. There's only a minute left. Haverford, if you're in the head of Coach Augustine, Haverford's probably not going to run down the field in less than a minute and punch in a touchdown.
Yeah, so honestly,
why not go for it here?
You got nothing to lose. I agree. I agree with this call, especially with the way, not the way that the receivers have been playing, but the way Smith has been playing right now is beyond impressive. Nobody
in the backfield.
Empty
Just going to be
backfield.
Smith.
He's got trips to his right. He's got two guys to his left. I'm going to send Booker in motion. They're going to fake it. He's looking, middle of the field, fires, picked off! Adam Kilpatrick intercepts Smith's deep ball, and it'll be a turnover.
And he's been playing great, but that throw was absolutely disgusting. That was not the throw. I bet he was wishing he had that back right now. I mean, he kind of just lobbed it over the middle, a little bit of a duck, and Kilpatrick able to kind of nab it right out of the air. Great play.
Yeah, and if you're Coach Doherty, you sort of just run the ball up the middle, kind of accept your fate here, or you try to do something crazy. We saw Taylor warming up his arm. You try to march down the field. You got 52 seconds and one timeout.
See what happens. I see Forsaro and Coach are out there.
I want to see something here. Even if you could try to get in the field goal range, Cunningham's looking off on the side. He's saying, why not give it a shot? Pitch play, McAndrews. McAndrews going to his right. If he can get yards, get out of bounds, exactly what he's going to do. Oh, and he hits the wall. Looks like
Haverford
Couldn't
has
see
one
who
more
made that
timeout
tackle,
to play
but-
with. We'll see what happens.
as here you have the replay of the interception.
So they do that motion play action, and he kind of just gives it a
It's
little
too
lob.
soft,
It's
yeah.
very soft. That wasn't a good read.
No, he had the man coverage. As Taylor's now dropping back, firing one deep. Oh, that could be PI. Kocher was knocked down with his back turned. He was man coverage with Smith himself. Smith is down, but Kocher, the ball is overthrown, but Kocher was kind of pushed from his back.
Taylor showing off the arm, trying to get Kocher on the post route. That was the first pass we saw Taylor get. That huge kind of home run over the top play to Buddy
That
Kocher.
ball went 55 yards, Taylor's ball.
That was pretty. Yeah, that's arm talent right there. Smith, I thought he was going to get one back. He was almost on top of that one.
And we'll see what Coach Docker can do here. You still have one timeout, it says on the board. As it's a good little play here. McAndrews has space. He's going to get up to the 49-yard line.
So they're going to call the timeout
Gonna have
here.
to call it here. And yeah, you got to try to maybe get a little out route to get out of bounds, get some more yards, and either go for a deep Hail Mary. Taylor could throw the ball, or you try a long field goal if you get up in Cunningham's field goal range.
Yeah, I think if you get maybe I would probably draw up one hot route to your left side, Taylor. Or for me, I was the lefty, so it would be my left side. Taylor probably just right side. For maybe just like a straight streak right down the sidelines. If you can't make a play, maybe make that for your first read. If you don't see that, automatically go to your progression to your left side, and maybe you have a corner route, throw it to that corner, get it out of bounds, and then try to go for that field goal. We know that he caps out at about a 38, 40-yard field goal, Cunningham.
So you got to get up to about the 21-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty far.
So I think even if you can get some yards here, get up to 35, and then, go for a Hail Mary, go for some laterals, and, try to make something happen. Why not? It's your senior night. And you've been outplaying this team the entire game so far.
Yeah.
Here we go. They'll do
There it
the
is.
fake little pitch. Taylor's rolling out to his left. He's now cutting upfield. It'll be no yards, and that will probably wrap it up. I don't think he'll get up in enough time unless they can get a quick spike down. 9 seconds, 8, 7, 6. Now they're
Andrews
going to
has
get a
to
spike
sprint.
off.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh,
And they're going to call it. McAndrews was trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he was full speed, but they're going to say no, he didn't get back in time.
It's going to back up the fourth, but it'll give him 3 seconds. So I assume they're going to take a knee here.
Yeah,
but,
if I'm going to be honest.
tip drill, do something here if you're Coach Doherty. Who
Maybe
knows?
some trickery. Who knows? We'll see if they pull something interesting out of the playbook. Maybe pull a little Marple Newtown style, do some sort of kind of double pass, flea flicker, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, they're just gonna take the penalty in right into halftime with the Fords on top, 13-6. The Fords have not been up at the half a lot this year, so it must feel good. They've been tied. They were tied against Conestoga. They were tied at Garnet Valley at the half. To be up at the half with the ball, I believe, in the second half as well. It's a pretty good momentum for you guys. Absolutely.
If you're Coach Clancy, I guess your play calling's been a little bit better. But if you're Coach Doherty, I think you're going saying my team's played pretty well, and I think we're gonna continue to kind of keep our foot on the gas going into the second half. You can be content with this. If you're lower Merion, you want to get your receivers going. I mean, Mekhi Smith has, despite if we chalk that one throw, Mekhi Smith has been lights out. I mean, he's been incredible. We've seen him make plays all night, despite his receivers not being able to kind of handle the throws that are coming towards them.
As we head into this halftime segment, we'll just take a couple minutes here. As you guys know, it is senior night. So we'll shout out the seniors on both the football team and the cheerleading squad, as they both do so much to the school. Football seniors: Buddy Kocher, Nate Shoemaker, Owen Morris, Owen Rose, Keith Heinrichs, Matt McAndrews. I mean, just off the bat, those 6 names right there are the key factors of this entire team. And there's still a lot more that we have to read, but it's just all those guys. It's their senior night. Matt McAndrews is going out there. He's having himself a day.
Definitely. First game back, already has a touchdown. He's got a lot more rushing yards, too. This playbook looks like it was built for him.
You have Max Capello, Thomas Stromberg, Charlie Turner, Ryan Campbell, Ryan Corbett, Mike McGinley, Kevin McNicholas, Michael Caruso, and Austin Dolby. That is your football senior class for 2024. And not to go unnoticed are your cheerleading seniors. Angela DiMarino, Sebi Burgess, Ella Helm, Gianna Brown, Julia Cortapella, Liv Doherty, Marilyn Morano, Morgan Harwood, Tatiana Bates, and Ava Colley. That is your seniors for your football team and your cheerleading squad. As you guys now have the band. We had the band senior night a couple weeks back, but it's still good to watch the band, support the band, as they bring so much. It's the student section, the band, everyone in between.
Shout out Spencer Mark, who, if you look dead center, right about the 45-yard line, red flag.
HSM.
HSM zone, Spencer Mark, our financial officer, along with Matt Braunlick. He's killing it out there. Look at that. Look at that technique.
That's a real CFO right there.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to take a quick break here, get some food, bathroom, whatever we need. You guys do the same. Get a snack, whatever you need. You guys got 18 minutes.
And a close game to watch. You're going to have a fun second
Don't
half,
go anywhere
everybody.
unless you're coming up here and watch this game live. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a win here on senior night. You might see a little storming of the field action tonight.
Oh, yeah. I would not put it past the Haverford student section. Definitely would not.
Connor Salveson, Nick DiPaolo, Haverford Sports Media. We will be back in about 10-15 minutes for live coverage of this second half. Haverford 13, Lower Merion 6. It's a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Haverford Sports Media. Connor Salvis and great friend Nick DiPaolo joining the booth, possibly one last time. Trust me, we have a lot more on that to come in this evening's broadcast. It's the start of the third quarter, the start of 24 more minutes of football here in this second half. It is Haverford 13, Lower Merion 6. Mac is ready to kick this one away, and the deep men for the Fords looks like Fusaro and Kocher.
See who they opt for here. Oh, looks
Oh,
like a
a
little
squib.
squib.
Oh, and they might get there. Fords fall on it. Honestly, not a bad play call. And
Lower
you got
Marion's
the bench.
jumping up and down, but I think Haverford's on it, yeah.
You know, not bad. You do a little squib. It gets up over that front line of guys, and you outrun them. You get the ball, you set yourselves up. I don't hate the idea.
Definitely not,
Execution was
yeah.
very close as well. So, interesting. That's sending a loud message to the Fords on, we're not playing around tonight. Lower Merion coming off the bat here with a little squib kick onside something to start this second half.
Yeah, and to start, Lower Marion's defense is really going to have to pick it up. They're going to have to kind of get a stop here. 3 and out would be ideal, but you can't afford to allow points here and go down by two or three scores.
Taylor gives this one off to Shoemaker, who gets about a yard or so. Student section looks about filled a capacity over there on Lower Marion's side,
Yeah,
but
if you can see it at the top of your screen.
lots of pink. That's the Lower Merion Aces student section. Walking past them, there's some drama in the bathroom. Lots of yelling. I was just trying to get in, get out. We got a game to call.
Oh, yeah.
2nd and 8. 11:30 to go in this third quarter. He's going to have Fusaro to his right. I'm not assuming he's going to go to the pass here quite yet. The orbit to McAndrews. Finds some space.
Ball
The ball is out!
I think Haverford recovered
Yeah,
it.
Fords do fall on it, but
I was lucky. That is the third fumble tonight.
I mean, that's something that if you're McAndrews, you haven't had much in-game action all year, and then you come back. Protecting the ball is going to be key to victory.
3rd and medium here. I do not expect them to go to the pass. I expect them to use McAndrews or some sort of outside run play here. Just based on what they've done previously.
3rd and 6. 10:50 to go. Line to gain is the 49, 48.
Lower Merion defense creeping up towards the line of scrimmage. Looks like they got 5 or 6 guys there.
They're bringing the house up the middle.
Nothing doing. They were expecting that play all the way.
Yeah, and at that point, Liam Taylor, obviously a sophomore, but coaching or someone's got to make an adjustment because they're bringing the entire house, their entire front seven, bringing the pressure. As we have our fan of the game, I mean, wow, Tree.
You're a little late.
Sorry. I was too infatuated with the team and the game to check my phone to see the text, but sorry. I'm here now.
This is our fan of the game. Oh, and our food delivery. What a day.
Delivery.
What a day to punt by Corbett.
How's the
Bounces
energy?
out about the 43-yard line.
The student section is living it up, dude. We bleed red and gold. If you
And
cut
pink,
open
and
our
pink.
veins, red, gold, and pink is what we bleed. Go Fords, baby.
Tree, you guys got some competition. Lower Merion, they're filling their
They're stacking
student
it.
section.
Oh, yeah. And for some reason, they have the same theme as us, which is kind of odd. But nonetheless, their student section is here. Good for them, but our student section is 10 times better.
That's got to pump you guys up. Start the buses chance will be coming in a couple minutes.
Yep. They are. I will make sure of that. Trust me.
Well, we're looking forward to hearing it on the broadcast, Trey.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
You liking what you're seeing out there?
I'm loving what I'm seeing out here. We are up. It's always good to be up. Having a lead heading into the second half always establishes momentum, and I think the momentum right now is going fully our way, and just hope to ride that out to the end and catch a W.
Tree.
Saturday at noon, Oregon, Washington.
Oregon, Washington, dude. So I'm gonna say Oregon.
Okay.
I like that pick. They win the uniform matchup as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I love that purple color, though. I've always been fond of Upper Darby's jerseys just because of that purple. I love having purple in some sort of jersey.
Stands out.
Purple in ancient times was a sign of royalty, actually. Sign of like wealth and like king stuff, like kingship or whatever it's called, monarchy or whatever.
Hence the Royals. of Upper Darby. Look
See,
at this.
Upper Darby did their research.
This man right
History lesson. Mr. Cavilia, if you're watching this, you have 3 former students here that have very, very appreciative of what you taught them.
Yeah.
This is Tree, ladies and gentlemen, your boys soccer broadcaster.
Yes.
When's your next game?
This Saturday.
This Saturday. Tune in, 10 a.m.?
Yep.
10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Oh, tomorrow.
Are you calling
tomorrow.
Unfortunately not. However, nonetheless.
Well, Tree, everybody. Overall, great guy. Hey, go out there, enjoy the rest of the game.
Appreciate it, man.
Roll forward.
Yes, sir.
Roll forwards, Trey.
Missed a couple plays there, but nothing really worth noting. Some dink and dunks.
What a guy.
What a guy. Overall. Little pretzel review. I don't love when they put the pretzels in the bag and it starts to
Sog up.
condensate and it
Yeah,
gets
yeah.
it's not great.
I feel I'm very particular about soft pretzels. If it doesn't
Absolutely.
look good, I'm not getting it.
Absolutely. 2nd and 4. Ball's on the 36. High snap. Smith drops back. He's looking. Downfield. Rolls to his right. Looked like he was close to the line of scrimmage when he throws that one away, but incomplete nonetheless.
Yeah, just kind of throw it at his feet there.
Nick, what are your thoughts on Auntie Anne's pretzels? It's hit or miss for a lot of
Annie's?
people.
They're honestly, if I had to eat them now, the only reason I think they're good is because they hold a very special spot on my heart. My mom, whenever we would go to the mall, that's how she would satisfy me. She'd be like, you know what, we're going to Annie Ann's. And she would stick me with a little small cup of those cinnamon pretzels, and they would just absolutely tire me out. It's almost like it's half poisonous or something in there. They're putting something in there, and then your head starts bobbing, and you're 6 years old, and you're like, okay, I'm getting a little
It's the
tired.
smell.
And
It's
it
the
makes it
smell.
all, and it makes it all the difference for the parents. Just so much easier when your kid actually wants to comply.
You step foot in the mall and you instantly smell, or you walking past it on the boardwalk, and it's just it draws you directly into it.
Oh yeah.
As we're getting slightly off topic, but that's a very valid conversation to have. Declan Mack caught that ball. Kilpatrick tried to take him down. He broke through the coverage, eventually taken down by the second level. 1st and 10, balls on the 26. 8:33 to go. And they're going straight back to the pass game once again. All the time in the world for Mackay Smith. No one's open. He'll eventually dump it off to Booker, who's going up.
Almost got to the pylon.
Really close, and it'll give the Aces quite a good field position.
And since we're on our way, I know we have one or two Pennsylvania schools that we applied to, but there is a shot that we're probably leaving the area. I need to hear from you, Connor. At least 2 or 3 foods that you're gonna hate to see go out from this area, from this Philadelphia metro.
Oh, it's easy. I'm gonna miss one. It's got to be a soft pretzel. Period.
Okay.
Anytime, I would go golfing, right? And hold on. We'll finish this conversation after the Aces punch this one in right up the middle. Little Jalen Hurts action. It'll be close. Yeah, I mean, I have some strong thoughts on that, but priority is Ford's defense right here trying to make a huge stand. I got to imagine they're going to go for it on 4th. So you really have 3 plays here to go half a yard, and you should do it, especially when you have a quarterback who could throw the ball like this, because he could do a little quick slant here. Watch.
Little
5.
pistol formation.
Watch
here.
Declan Mack on the bottom of your screen as well. You could see something here. Nope, they're going to go to the run. He's going to be short.
And he's
Actually,
going to lose
lost a yard.
yardage.
Great tackle. Ben Booker tried to go outside. Did not love the play call, and it's not going to work.
Not great blocking from Lower Merion right there. It looks like Haverford just was able to seep through the cracks and make the play.
3rd and 1. Big play. Ball's actually 3rd and 2. They're going to lose a yard on that play. I think they're going to see a pass here. $6:31 to go in this 3rd quarter. This time more spread out. He's got, again, trips to his right, and he's got one-man solo coverage down there to his left. He's got Booker right there. High snap. Mackay Smith is looking. Knocked out at the line of scrimmage.
This is getting interesting. 4th down.
What do they do? I assume it was going to be 3 straight plays, but with a loss of yards and momentum switching onto the Fords, this will be very interesting.
Now, do you go to the air here? I mean, they're
Even do kick. I mean, you're down 13-6. You kick, it goes 13-9, and you're still within a possession. But no, at this point, you're this close. You have to go and put at least 6 on the board, and we're
you
going
can
to
hear
see
the
it
rumbling of the stands. People slamming their feet on the bleachers.
Smith has Booker to his right. He's looking to pass it. Fires across the middle. Touchdown, Lower Merion. He finds an open receiver in the end zone.
Declan Mack.
Declan Mack, and it is a 13-12 game, and an extra point by Mack himself will make this a tie game with 6:11 to go.
Looks like they're going 2 here. I'm pretty. Or excuse me. Not sure.
I don't think you have Mack going out there to kick. I don't see why you would go for 2. It would put you up 1.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to wave the rest of the team out there. I only saw a small number of guys out there.
No, I think they're going to go.
Oh yeah, because
Smith is out there.
they got it. They missed it the last time. They're going to try to go for the lead here.
Yeah, I like that. It gives them an even 14, and it puts them up. And oh boy, we've seen missed extra points kill the Fords in the past. Having flashbacks to that Garnet Valley game.
Look at that. That spread off
Very
and
similar.
shotgun. Very similar to Tommy Wright and Haverford.
When the Fords had the lead and the missed extra point, and then they came back, and the Fords just could not execute. Little end around play. He's going to be pushed way out short.
No, nothing doing there. Great contained by Haverford, enough to force him not being able to get around the edge to get to the pylon. Great play.
The Fords will still have the lead, 13-12. Now, Nick, to answer your question, getting out of the greater Philadelphia area for college, the foods I will miss most. A warm Philly soft pretzel from I mean, memories are flooding back because there used to be the Pretzel Boys on Brookline.
Oh, yeah.
But the Philly Pretzel Factory in Newtown Square, I'd always go there after golfing. So I'm gonna miss that. And you gotta say the cheesesteak because you can't get it anywhere else. No matter where I end up, I will not be able to go. Even local places in Delco that make such a good cheesesteak. You can't even go into the city. You can't get a good cheesesteak. You can't go to D'Alessandro's. You can't go Angelo's. You can't go anywhere.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be no cheesesteak. And if you think that I'm going to eat a Jersey Mike's cheesesteak, you are sorely wrong. I will not be eating any Jersey cheesesteaks if I leave the area for college.
So what's your
either go big or go home.
What's your most missed foods?
Oh, I got one answer for you. It's been, if anything, it's been a watershed object in my life. It's got to be the Chickies and Pete's crab fries.
Wow, I love
those
that.
are iconic. Something that you cannot get out of the area. There's the South Philly location and the one in Drexel Hill. And there's one down on the boardwalk, but they're gonna take away your arm and probably your leg and as well for those crab fries. But
you get down to the Citizens Bank Park, you spend $15 on a bucket.
Oh yeah,
always a good time. Citizens Bank Park. Phillies are cruising through the postseason so far.
NLCS. This one is out of 7 games. I actually accidentally mistake that last week.
As Miss Young is announcing the cheer seniors, we have Kilpatrick, who looks to be out there as quarterback 1, at least for that play, making that hand.
Taylor looks like he has pads off and his shoulder is wrapped up with ice.
So it looks like we're going to be seeing the Kilpatrick show for the rest of this game with 5:46 to go.
And this one's tight. This is a tight game.
I mean, now is a moment if Kilpatrick's ever going to come in. Shorter kid, but that kid he's a dog. That kid is a dog.
He comes from an athletic family. Ian Kilpatrick plays lacrosse and football at Penn Charter, and he's a force to be reckoned with over there.
We're not going to see much in the pass game, I don't think, from the Fords the rest of this game.
Oh, definitely not.
Which is the one thing that we said pregame is going to be able to give them the best chance of victory, is exposing the seams in this weak Lower Merion defense.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that Lower Merion's defense has played good against the run. It's the reason why they have those 3 wins.
3rd and 2. But I could still see some quick passes from Kilpatrick. We see his arm in warm-ups.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to run the risk of getting him picked off, though.
He's got 1 interception on defense. We don't want him getting one on the offensive side of things. Here we go. Julian motion, and he jumped.
Like that's going to be...
I think he jumped.
It's LM.
I think he jumped. I think it was 56 who jumped. I think it was 56.
Rahij Ayele.
I believe it was Alele. And that'll move the chains for the Fords.
Yeah, and that's what they're going to call. Kilpatrick goes back out to the huddle.
This is interesting. Not on my
Kind of looks like Bryce Young. Have you ever seen that picture where he's huddled in practice and they're all like way bigger than him?
Was not on my expect to see list this evening. Was Kilpatrick getting lots of starting reps at quarterback? He keeps it and he has the entire defense fooled. He runs into Coacher, but he's still going up the field. He's taken out at the 30.
Makai Smith still holding on. McAndrews not happy about that one.
I mean,
Gravius is saying, get over here. Do not mess around. We have a 1-point lead. We are not trying to get a penalty.
a little physical. I mean, when it's such a close game, things are bound to get chippy, especially against two close teams.
Yeah, definitely. The Stillwater's run deep. You wouldn't expect an LM Haverford rivalry on the football field, but it's here.
Cold-blooded.
I would not be surprised if Smith is looking to lay the wood here.
Shoemaker goes up, and the ball is out!
And LM.
It looks like the Fords will maintain possession. Sigh of relief here.
Wow. Is there oil on the ball that I'm missing? Is there something? Did they rub it in peanut butter?
McAndrews' gloves might have some special substances on them. Like when they check the pitchers for whatever when they're coming off the field.
I kind of miss seeing a pitcher get caught cheating. The last time I saw one was Michael Pineda, and he had the oil on his neck, and he kept touching his neck, and they were like, "Why is he?" And then they called for it, and then oh yeah.
Oh, and a good decision by Kilpatrick to pitch this one to Julia. Unfortunately, Julia will not get quite enough yards. I think he's going to be short of the first. It'll be a 3rd and.
Grabius is yelling. Someone probably missed their block there.
2:22 to go and counting. Kilpatrick now running it out. We saw earlier in the season, Owen Morris get the play call from coach and then run it out. It looks like now they're going to stick with the quarterback relaying that information. Third and 3. If they don't get this, it's decision time for Doc. Oh, and he trips in the orbit, and a flag is
Looks like that's going to be offsides on LM.
They're gonna fall for it again. He trips in the orbit, and it's gonna somehow pay off if that's truly what the call is. I'm not sure how you fall for that.
Gonna move the chains.
Oh my goodness, they are shooting themselves in the foot. Self-induced penalties all game long for the Aces.
That orbit play, it continues to get teams. We've seen it all season.
So first play, Marple Newtown. I thought it was gonna be getting them all night long, but we're wrong about that one. That's a first down. It's a new set of downs and just 20 yards.
Coach to the bottom of your screen, man coverage.
Pitch play here. McAndrews.
And he gets wrapped
up. No gain. Good hit there by number 13, Jordan Simons, senior.
There's actually a pretty healthy rotation of senior, sophomore, junior, freshman. They got all the classes involved here at Lower Merion.
Yeah, looks like a pretty bright future. Well, you're losing obviously Makai Smith, but I think you have a good backup in Nick DeLuca. But you're losing Joshua Barrow Adams, but you're seeing some other receivers that can play that as well. You're losing Booker, so and Cook. So you're actually losing majority of your guys, but still, I think the future is bright. As Shoemaker's up the middle, cuts, breaks a tackle. He's down about the 10.
Smith able to nip at his heels there as he's holding, looks like his elbow.
36-33. Skip 3 seconds, but it looks like they might. Oh, Nick, you know what they're going to be doing?
What?
They're going to be taking a long walk.
Oh, my God. The long walk is about to ensue.
Unless they can knock one in here. They don't have to do a long walk. 17 seconds. Oh, no, he's going to be stuffed. 13 seconds in. Looks like they're going to accept the time. Actually, the clock is going to stop. I guess, is it the same as college where does the clock stop on a first down?
I think it may.
Well, that'll wrap up the third quarter play, and we're on to the final 12 minutes of play in this Central League contest. It is 13-12. The Fords are trying to get their second win of the season, and the Aces are trying to keep themselves solidified
Haverford throwing up the fours on the sideline.
in playoff contention. What a day.
What a day.
Long week of school.
Yeah.
I will say myself and a couple of the guys on the team, Lily Paul, locked in on the English test today.
Oh,
Third
yeah.
block, Mr. Jones, Oedipus Rex test. Had to do it to him.
I feel like we got some pretty solid 12th grade English teachers. I have Mr. Mullen for AP Lit. He's great. Very theatrical.
Yeah.
And wholesome. Very wholesome guy.
Mr. Reef, great guy.
Of course. We almost had him sponsor our speech and debate team, but Mr. Terwilliger was nice enough to kind of take that duty out of his hands.
Mr. Reef teaches the speech and debate class.
You knew that. Let me disclose something to you guys. Me and my good friend Josh Bernstein, we're the head of the speech and debate club. We're the 2 class officers for that. We didn't even know that there was a speech and debate class at the school, and we actually had when we asked Mr. Reef, he asked us, "Did you guys take the speech and debate class?" And we looked at each other. We said, "We had a class," and he turned to us and he said, "Yeah, I teach that." And it was one of the most awkward moments of my high school career.
Oh. 12 minutes of football left here. The Fords are knocking on the door, trying to punch some more points on the board.
And if you're LM, this is where bend don't break defense comes into play.
First down and goal. 4 fresh downs to try to score.
Shoemaker pushing forward.
He'll probably got, 6 yards on that? 5 or 6 yards?
Yeah, it looks like they're going to go second and goal on the 5-yard line, 4 or 5 yard line.
Second and 4. It's a good prediction. I'm getting better at this.
Definitely. Just as we're about to head out, too.
Yeah, we'll have to find some dead time in the broadcast to be able to make that speech. The rules on our prep sheet for that speech is rule number 1, don't cry. Rule number 2, don't break rule 1. And rule number 3, rules are meant to be broken. Shoemaker, he's still pushing forward. I think he's short.
Smith, oh no. Smith is grabbing his
Oh, it's his
meniscus.
left knee, it looks. Okay, so we are going.
And that should wrap up his season.
Yeah, we're going to take a quick break probably here as Smith is going to get the help he needs. Oh, and we're praying that he will be all right. The athletic trainers, I'm sure, will rush out there. And we'll be back shortly.
Well, didn't I dupe everybody on that one? April Fools came early. His season is obviously not over. I totally got everybody on the broadcast. But no,
Walks
he's
off
fine.
of his-
Cramps, obviously.
His own walks off in his own weight, and it's 3rd and 1.
He'll probably be in next play.
Pushing forward, flags thrown, but it's a touchdown pending the penalty.
Looks like he's waving it off. I think it may be on element. Another flag thrown.
Uh-oh. Maybe something chippy here late. Oh, gosh.
And for Sorrow is walking away angry.
And Coach Doherty's coming out saying what's happening. He's begging for an explanation. He's not getting.
Kilpatrick's going to come back and receive another play. I think that one's going to be on Haverford. It's going to back him up, and it's going to make this one difficult. Third, and looks like they're going to go 12.
And now is a moment, if you don't get it here, you almost have to kick because you're
Yeah.
in the range.
And then that leaves the door open for LM to pull this one out in the fourth quarter.
So maybe Doherty goes, you know what, we're going to go for it here and try to punch in 7.
Honestly, this defense is what has been like the star of the season, basically. If you guys have watched the broadcast, you know that their defense has been absolutely fantastic this year.
I trust the
defense,
fully.
and I also trust Cunningham's leg. I say if you knock one in on fourth down and then you stop their defense, or you stop their offense, I think that's wraps, and everybody gets to go home happy on senior night.
Or, you know what, if they score here, might go for 2. I don't know. Lots of decisions to be made here in the next couple of seconds. Pitch play back.
It's like that's Julia carrying
Fully
the
up
ball.
the left. Tripped
No,
up.
short. Fourth and 1.
You gotta go. You gotta go. And even if you don't go, you stick the Aces offense with injured Mekhi Smith all the way back in their own zone. You gotta go here.
Oh, yeah. Looks like they're going to bring in that jumbo package. Charlie Turner checking in. Quinn
Tush
McGloin
push.
checking in. Is he going to pull it out of the playbook?
Can you imagine? Could you imagine?
Kilpatrick running out. I
Now,
hope it
Kilpatrick's
happens.
a smaller kid. He could kind of
He could kind of
fit
wiggle
right
his way
through,
through
absolutely.
there. Whoever gets lower, it's a battle of whoever's lower in the trenches.
in the trenches. It's 13-12. It's 4th and 2. There's 10 minutes left in this ball game, and the Fords are going for it, up 1.
Looks like Cook is ready to rush.
They go to Shoemaker.
And he looks like
bounces
he's
to the
stuffed.
range, short.
Oh, wow. What a stand by the lower Merion defense.
We got Nate Tuck, like, what in the world, on the sideline looking up at us. And Lower Merion, and healthy, not out for the season, Mekhi Smith, I believe, will take control and try to now march 98 yards down the field.
And another flag, and that's
Whoa!
going to be on Doc.
Coach Doherty's probably going to get an unsportsmanlike conduct or something here. And that's unacceptable because that's going to move Lower Merion way up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not sure. Maybe they're
And they're going to
backing him
move
up.
him back.
Wait.
We'll see where they spot the ball here. And it looks like they are going to move it upfield.
I don't know. Is that 10, 5, 10,
is 5.
15? I have no idea. We don't know what the actual flag on the field was. We're guessing because he... Oh, wow. We got
Wow,
big man.
he's
Wow.
sprinting out
Moving.
there.
77.
Who is that? Let's give him a spotlight.
Sebastian Soto Ortiz.
Wow. Who? He is absolutely gunning it out there. He is ready to play. You know what? I'm calling it first play pancake.
Here comes Smith. Able to run. Ball's on the 8. Makes this 98-yard drive just a little bit shorter. Still got over 92 yards to go.
They still have 9 minutes on the clock, so they have time.
Chew the clock, take their time up, or just go for it right here. Mekhi Smith looking to fire one deep. Nothing there. He's going to break a tackle. No, he's not. He's going
Throws
to
it.
try to throw it away. Could be intentional
They're
grounding.
going to say intent.
There.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
No, that looks like that was somebody else warming up on the sideline.
Yeah, there's the flag. There it was. It certainly looked like a flag.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I'm crazy. The flag is now thrown. That should be intentional grounding.
Yeah, I think that's going to back them up.
Send them right back to where they were, I believe. Is that 5 yards?
I think it will.
Nine minutes. This is the ball game. This is the game we expected and the game, we're glad to have. We haven't had many of these.
Yeah, this is a close game. We're happy to have this. I mean,
Might come down to the wire.
and especially if they pull out a win on senior night, during a close game, there's nothing better.
Ball is placed at the 2-yard line. It goes back to 98 yards needed for Smith to take a lead in this game. With 9:40 to go, it's 2nd and 11. Ball's on the 2-yard line. High snap. They're going to go to the run game here. Booker.
Nothing doing there.
He's going to maybe get a yard or two.
Now you have to rely
Third and
on
long.
Smith's arm. The secondary has played great all game. We haven't given them enough credit.
You got Chris Toohey clapping in the background. Chris Toohey. Shout out Chris Toohey. Shout out Alex. Alex G.
What's his last name?
Geibel.
Geibel.
Alex Geibel.
Alex Geibel, AP
meteorologist, precalculus, sir,
Tech, media.
techer, whatever they want to be. 3rd and 10, ball on the 3-yard line. High snap. Smith fires quickly. Oh, the ball is out!
Haverford recovers!
Haverford got the ball! Assuming they roll it a catch and a fumble, it'll be the Ford's ball within
And I
the
think
5-yard line.
will. The defense is coming out.
They have done what they wanted to, as the Aces are in shock here at AG Coronado Field that just happened to them. And the
yes!
official signal, Ford's ball maybe within the 10 for sure. That's maybe the 5.5.
That is a gift. That is a complete boon, if you might say.
Yeah, you know what? Gift wrap it next time and give it to him nicely. Don't do it to him like that.
And that's been the struggle with this Lower Merion team, is they haven't had the weapons around Makai Smith for him to actually be the playmaker that he is.
And it's a shame for him. But the Fords are going to hopefully knock. I mean, we saw them first.
They haven't stopped
first and
once.
2 last time, so who said they can't do it again?
And that's probably the attitude that Lower Merion and Makai Smith is coming out with right now.
Coach Julia's saying, let's go. Let's get this in now. Look like some movement on the D-line. No call. Shoemaker gets the pitch. Now the flag is thrown.
See what they say here. False start. And I'm assuming, yep, Haverford. And if we swing back that intentional grounding call, it seems like he was way out of the tackle box.
Watching the replay back, it's a questionable call to make, especially in that scenario, which could have changed the course of the game. Truly,
Oh, yeah.
because then you send them back to the 2-yard line, which then causes them to throw it on 3rd, hence the interception. And the Fords are going to be stopped here once again.
Yeah, this game's not over. This game is definitely not over. You never know what could happen. Marple, during Springfield, when they played Springfield, that huge bomb pass, Dave Bertolini, 50 yards down the field. They got marked on the 1-yard line and then fumbled it on the 1, and then Springfield picked it up and ended up shutting them out of the game. That's just the nature of high school football. Something crazy like that can happen, but that doesn't mean it's over.
2nd and 10. Ball is on the 10, so it's actually 2nd and goal. They now have 3 chances.
These running backs,
10 yards.
these ball carriers, including Kilpatrick, are going to have to go out there and execute. They cannot be thwarted again.
We'll see if the backup quarterback can lead this into a story. He's going to roll out, and he's sacked! The pocket collapses, and down goes Kilpatrick.
And that's going to be Kachan Miller. An absolute beast interior D-line, able to pull them down. They don't really get too much spotlight in the interior. Usually it's the ends. But Kachan Miller brings him down.
And just as we said, they're going to gift wrap it to him. Their Fords are now pushed to a 3rd and 14, and it's not a gimme for field goal the way that this team's kicked this season. Here we go. Big play here for McAndrews, trying to get around the corner. He's trying to find an edge.
No.
Oh, my goodness, Nick. It is decision time for Doherty once again.
They failed once. Will they fail again? We're about to find out.
7:10 to go.
Doc's going to keep the offense out there.
You're going to have, we'll see where they mark it.
You know what I'm just realizing? It is pretty cold out there if you guys haven't stepped outside, and I left my sweatshirt in the car, so it's going to be a very cold. Hopefully happy, though, if they pull this win out.
That's a 10-yard game for the Fords. The ball is marked on the 4-yard line. 4th down and 4. 4th and goal. 4 yards to points. Backup quarterback Adam Kilpatrick in for injured Liam Taylor. 6:30 to go in this 4th quarter.
LM student section is getting hyped. They're ready for this.
The biggest play of the game so far.
No, and he pulls it out!
Are you kidding me?
They absolutely duped the LM defense.
Wow. Let's get that replay up
Coach
immediately.
Clancy. They thought it was Shoemaker up.
We'll get that replay. Here's that replay.
As you can see, it's going to be a wash up the middle. Almost nothing available, and Kilpatrick just takes it and slips it out.
Somehow came out from that. That is unbelievable. And the extra point is good. But, Nick, this is an 8-point game. This game is not over quite yet.
Definitely not.
Not even close.
And I am never going to count out Makai Smith. He has 6 minutes left, and he has the arm of a college-ready quarterback. I mean, he's somebody that you can never count out, but it's really all going to depend on if his receivers are going to help him out or not, because all game they have not been helping him out.
$6:19 to go for Lehigh commit Makai Smith to try to lead this Aces team to tie this game up. We've seen a lot crazier things. And, you know what I'd love to see?
What?
If Makai Smith were to drive down the field right now, the Forts to stuff them going for 2 to win this game would be sweet on this senior night here at AG Cornog Field. Cunningham kicks, squib kick. And contact is made. The ball is eventually fallen on by 3 Aces, but risky.
So here comes the Lower Merion offense. They're going to set up shop at around the 35-ish, 34, 33 to be exact yard line. And I'm assuming they're going to go back to the air because that's been the playbook all night. And it's really all going to depend on R. Smith's receiver is going to help him out.
No fumbles. You got to complete the passes here if you're Lower Merion. Coaches are hyped on the sideline. You still have time on the board, but I can't imagine you go to Booker much here on the ground.
Yeah, especially that's not where your talent is. Your talent is under center.
He's looking to his left. No one's there. Now he has an open man downfield. It's thrown behind him. And it might be pulled down. Morris has the ball.
What a play! Owen Morris!
Morris comes down with it. It was a one-on-one.
What a play on senior night!
It was Joshua Barrow Adams versus the senior Owen Morris. And the Fords come down with it in a huge play for Morris, a huge play for this defense, a huge play for the Fords. And that should set this team up with a good moment and a good situation where they can sort of ride this one into victory.
What a special way to end this senior night.
Wow. Just wow. You saw he had Morris. He had him. He was ahead of him. He had him broke. Had him beat. But the underthrown ball, Morris just has enough time to turn around, get his hand up on it, hauls it in, turns the ball over. It's 20-12, and the Fords offense has the ball once again. Wow. Pound the run game. Yes, Lower Merion does have 3 timeouts. This game is far from over, but looking sweet as of now for the Fords.
Yeah.
Here they go. Up the middle, about 3 yards here for the Fords.
This has been probably one of the best games I've seen this Haverford secondary play all season. We haven't given them enough credit for the game that they've played against someone like Makai Smith. The secondary has really stepped up in a big way.
Here's your replay of the interception. Smith, he was rolling out under pressure, then fires. He was beat right there. The underthrown ball, Morris just came down with it. Fundamental.
That's what they teach you every day in practice in the preseason. High point that ball. And that's exactly what Morris did.
3 yards there for the Fords. It's 2nd and 7. They go with the run game, open field. Eventually taken down. They closed really quick there. Great defense by the Aces.
Smith down again. Looks like he's got arm issues as well. I'm not sure. I don't think it's his throwing. I think it's his left, so his guide hand, but
that moves the chains. That moves the chains. They give him the first.
If you're LM, I honestly would take out Makai. I mean, he's definitely hurting out there right now. Cody just got a
Cody!
Cody just got a
I'm not
warm
sure
welcome.
who Cody is.
I guess he's the one in the all pink.
I thought it was the baby. Cody, whoever Cody is getting a warm,
Got a warm
round
welcome.
of applause. And so are the Fords right now. 4:30 to go. Up by 8, first and 10. Letting the clock run down. Is there a play clock in high school football?
It's not shown, but there is.
Okay.
Or at least we don't have it. I know Garnet usually has it on a small
Yeah.
screen. On both sides of the end zone.
Because it's got it. Because otherwise, you could just hold the ball. So
Yeah.
it's not. Yeah.
Now with 3 minutes to go here, obviously, on technicality, it's still a game, but pending this first down, I think it should be over.
And based on what we've seen throughout the Fords this season, it's still a game. We've seen turnovers.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen stopped on first, second, third, and fourth, and 2 and 3.
Mm-hmm.
So with 3 minutes left, Lower Merion still got 3 timeouts, but a first down here puts them in good position.
Definitely.
2nd and 5.
They know what's coming here. It's just can Haverford win the game in the trenches?
Yeah, it's going to be can Lower Merion. They know exactly what's coming, but can they make the play?
It looks like yes.
I don't know. I think he's short of the first. It'll bring up a 3rd and maybe 4.
Looks like LM's going to make their timeout call.
Got a call in there. So no 2-minute warning. So it is a 3rd and 5, so no gain on the play for the Fords. And I'm sorry, there was 1 yard. They just added it. So 3rd and 4 as predicted. No 2-minute warning. Lower Merion just wasted their first timeout. So 2 more on the board for them.
Now, if you're Lower Merion's defense, it's still this is still a game. You can still be able to pull this one out. At least I think.
.306 to go in this one. 3rd and 4. This is huge play. Huge play for the Aces defense and a huge play for the Fords offense and a huge play to decide the outcome of this game.
That corner is going to back off at the top of your screen.
Watch Smith. They give it. Oh, they pitch it back.
But no.
Oh, he's ripped down. Oh,
And Hooley is going to think it's potentially some sort of horse collar, I think, on that tackle from, looks like that's Andrew Payne.
Coacher
No.
had it, and that's a huge loss of yards, too. I think he got ripped way back, don't you think?
Oh, yeah. And here comes they're going to send out the punting unit. So this is still a game, everybody.
Oh, wow. All the Fords had to do was
Just
get 2
that
more first downs. 2 more first downs, you win this game. And the Aces defense,
Can't let them hang around.
we said run defense, run defense, run defense for the Aces. And Coach Doherty looks to send the punt team out there. Well, the punt
As
team,
expected.
but who knows if we're going to actually see a punt. You know, we've seen
Oh,
Coach
yeah.
Doherty we've seen him do some crazy things. If we see a fake here, Nick, I might go crazy.
We'll see what happens.
4th and 5, 3 minutes to go. High snap. Nope, Corbett's going to punt this one away. Great punt. Watch
that
your
one-
back.
Oh, it already hit him. Oh, it already had hit Vinny in the leg as it was bouncing. Looked like a big Haverford bounce, but no.
All right, well, we'll see what Mackay Smith and this Aces offense can do.
2 minutes and 47 seconds.
You got a little
Will
more
he
than-
go for the Triple Crown 3 picks?
You know, you know they practice this 2-minute drill. Now they got an extra minute out on top of that. They got 2:47 for 8 points. It's not like a touchdown wins this game. They have to score and go for 2
Yep.
against this Ford's defense. That's a tough thing to do.
It happened with the Broncos this season. They had that Hail Mary. It was caught in the end zone. Could not punch it in.
They
The-
also
the 2.
got beat by what, 50 to the Dolphins?
Oh yeah. There's it's a mess over there in Denver.
I
for
think
the Broncos,
I
at
think
least.
the Haverford Fords could beat the Denver Broncos.
That's a bold claim.
Mekhi Smith back to try to tie this one up once again. He's looking. No one's open. He dumps it off. Incomplete pass.
Looks like that was supposed to be a screen pass. That whole offensive line, that left tackle, left guard, and center, dropped back and then tried to get blocks upfield.
Second and 10. Ball's on the 34. It's 4th down territory here. You got to go. Smith takes his time in the
Finds a
pocket.
man.
Good composure. Finds a
And
man
he
downfield.
drops the
oh my God.
ball.
It's just
It is.
it's absurd.
Oh yeah.
It's.
I mean,
his receivers cannot hold on to the
They can
ball
for their lives. I
got
mean,
no help.
There's been double-digit drops out here. If you're a receiver, you should know that you have to keep hold of the ball.
And now it's 3rd down. You need 10 yards. 2:30 to go. Still a lot of time. Even if they punt this one away, there's no promises. We've seen wild things. Here we go. Cool in the pocket. He fires. This time it's caught on yards after catch. He cuts up the field past the 45-yard line.
This time he holds on to it.
Oh, man. Oh, man.
That was Barrow Adams.
Things are starting to get interesting here at AG Cornog Field. 2:22 to go. The Fords have 3 timeouts. The Aces have 1.
Aces are kind of going to kick it into second or third gear here. You don't have to go hurry up, but you do want to move a little bit quicker than usual with a little pep in your step.
You gotta utilize the sidelines here. Get out of bounds if you can. You know, you have no 2-minute warning as we near 2 minutes right now. 2:02. Here we go. We'll see what Smith can do. He fakes it to his left. He fakes it.
He was looking
up
for
the
that,
middle
and he's
field.
got
He
him
knows
again.
The receiver downfield. Oh,
Ooh, that looked like it was on target as well.
Joshua Barrow Adams once again. He turned to his wrong shoulder. He then had the spin to his left, and the throw looked good by Smith. It just was not a real communication there between the two.
And what's left of the LM student section is moving with the offense. They're now down on the right half of the bleachers.
Oh, I've been there, Nick. I'll talk about Conestoga last year. We moved with that Ford's offense the entire way down, and then we got behind the goalpost.
For the field goal.
And the rest is history. Notorious. 155. 2nd and 10. Smith drops back. He's looking over the middle. That time it's caught up the middle.
He's got more yardage.
He's going to keep going up the field. Number 5, Declan Mack. And the Aces
They're rolling.
They still have 1 timeout.
Do you take it now or do you keep moving
No,
with the
I feel
momentum?
like you got to keep going.
Yeah,
with
that
the
momentum is swinging in your favor. You can't let the pendulum fall away from you again.
Declan Mack, number 5 on the bottom of your screen. Oh, never mind. He moved up to his left. 1:34 to go. He fires quick to his right. Low throw
I think that's going to be
to Zion Gray.
Yeah, Zion Gray.
Whoa, push after the catch there by Fusaro. No flags thrown. I was expecting something.
Keep moving.
1:20 and counting. No timeouts called. 2nd and 10. Ball's on the 15. 2nd and 7.
Smith is feeling himself empty. Looks like they got trips to the top of your screen. 2 receivers at the bottom.
Here
Barrow
comes
Adams
Mack.
to the top. The lone receiver.
Mack and Gray to his right at the bottom of your screen. 1:04 to go. We're now under a minute to play here in this game. They send motion. He's looking to his left. He has a receiver open. They cover back. Pressure now. He's trying to escape. He can't do it. He's still backing up. Are you kidding me? Smith
And he
is
has
gonna get
open
out.
field.
He's going to throw.
Oh my God!
Are you kidding me?
Mekhi Smith!
Smith just did that. Smith just did that.
Cut it all the way across the
Are
field!
you kidding me? He escaped that. I am speechless right now.
And he finds Ben Booker in the end zone!
Unbelievable. Makai Smith has just done something unbelievable. Are you kidding me?
What a game this has been. And this is it. The 2-point conversion.
This
I'm
is it.
standing up for this.
We have to stand up, the entire Haverford section, student section fans on their feet.
The feet are rumbling. Host is jumping up and down.
This is it.
This is it. Here
This
we
is
go.
it. Cooper Lomas is hype in the booth next to us. 43 seconds. Looks like
Timeout. They're
Timeout.
gonna time it out. All right.
So that Makai Smith drive is nothing.
Coach Doc is waving them over here.
Is nothing if they can't convert here.
I can't believe he made that play.
That is unbelievable. Just absolutely unreal. We'll have to get that up on replay because that was one of the craziest plays I think I've seen a quarterback make in high school in a long time.
Wow.
I mean, he escaped out of that.
That looked like Mahomes out there. I mean, he was all the way to the right. It looked like he was about to be sacked or fumble maybe, and he cut all the way across the other side of the field. He is playing on a torn meniscus, and he made a throw across his body into the end zone, finding Ben Booker.
This is the game. The defense got to wipe it. Short-term memory loss. You don't remember what just happened. You're locked in on this play and this play only. What is left of the Aces student section is with them at the 2-yard line or 3-yard line in high school for the 2-point conversion. 43. AG Cornock Field for the Fords' last home game of the season for senior night. They're loud. The cheerleaders are loud. The benches are loud. Smith, high snap. He's rolling to his right. Pressure.
I think he's going to take it himself.
He's going to take it himself.
And he's got it. No, he's got it.
He's got it.
He's got it. They call it good.
There was no doubt about it. He reached that ball over before
And
he was
got
out of
there.
bounds.
Oh, my gosh.
And we got a tie game with 43 seconds left.
Oh, my God.
You
Did he
can't
just
make this
pull
stuff
that
up.
off?
You can't make this stuff up. Nick, as long as we don't see anything crazy, we might be seeing overtime football tonight.
Oh, my God. I may have to double check the overtime rules with Miss Young.
I was just going to ask you.
Because I have, in my entire high school career, I have never gone into overtime, never seen an overtime game.
We're getting clarification now on the rules, but never a doubt. Nick, if we see a miracle here, a miracle at AG Cornock Field tonight on senior night with a backup quarterback, this is something that you cannot make up. You cannot write this stuff up.
What a game. What a game.
From start to finish, this game has been full of surprises up and down, all around. Just unbelievable.
Unreal play from Makai Smith. Unreal.
I mean, that is just...
And especially... So it looks like...
We got clarification that it's both teams get a chance. No, but do both teams get a chance to score, or is it first score wins, as in the NFL? Both teams.
So it's almost like college.
The ball apparently is placed at the 10-yard line. We'll see if this game goes into overtime, but the ball will be placed at the 10-yard line. Oh, baby.
I think that's where we're headed.
Oh, baby. Unreal. Makai Smith, Lehigh commit. They're going to do the squib again.
Honestly, I don't think that's
Ford's
a good
got to
idea.
fall on that. Yeah, I don't know why you do that either, because now you give the Fords better field position.
Yeah. And here comes the offense.
All right, now this is when you kind of wish you had Taylor in the game, or a guy like Tommy Wright, or a guy like Makai Smith who could throw the ball.
Mm-hmm.
But
If Makai Smith isn't under center there or taking snaps from the shotgun, there's no way that they score on that play. Man, what a debut for Kilpatrick.
Wow. He's solidified himself in quite possibly the craziest game this Ford team has had in a couple years now.
All season. I mean, we haven't seen anything like this all season.
It is 20-20 with 43 seconds to go. The Fords do have 3 timeouts. They go to McAndrews. McAndrews off the right sideline. McAndrews has open field.
Cook
He's
catches
past
him.
the 50.
Wow, great play. Matt McAndrews has been on it all night. What a first game back. He has been pivotal for this Ford's offense.
Oh, you got to get in the field goal range. It's a tie game. If you are confident, even if you don't think you can score, at least make the effort. If you're a 40, if you get the ball.
I trust Cunningham's like, look, they're hyping him up on the sideline.
He's practicing. He's warming up.
Looks like that's
that leg.
Evans, Dolby, Oreo all hyping him up over there on the sideline.
You get to the 30-yard line. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a penalty, so they're going to back the Fords up.
Oh.
Not sure what the call was.
We
But
missed
I
it.
think you got to try to get at least to the 30.
Oh yeah.
I mean, really, the 25, I think, is
If you want a good, because
realistic
the nerves are
shot.
going to get to him. There's the energy here. It's senior night. You want to do it for the guys on the field. I mean,
this time they go up the middle. Shoemaker breaks tackles. He's going right towards the 45. He's still moving forward. He's down right about the 45. Coach Doherty's got to call a timeout here. It's 25 seconds.
yeah. I mean, do you kill Patrick's arm? Do you want to? Did you take a shot? We haven't really seen him too much in warm-ups. It's been mostly Taylor.
$25 seconds, each team with one timeout left. Yeah, I don't think you could have written this one up, Nick.
Oh yeah.
Script writer's going crazy right now. Wow. I mean, the recap of this game is unbelievable.
We have
From
seen both teams give 100% effort.
lots of turnovers. I mean, McAndrews fumbled the ball a couple times. Mekhi Smith threw 2 interceptions. The Aces stopped the Fords on a first and second and third and fourth and within the 5-yard line. They then turned the ball over with about 5 minutes left on what the Fords could have just milked the clock down and won the game. The Aces stepped up and made a stop. We've seen a blocked blocked kick. We've seen a missed kick. We've seen all these things that to this point could have changed the score that's on the scoreboard and it's on your screen right now. But nonetheless, we are back with a 1st and 11. Pitch. McAndrews going to his left. He's going to try to find space.
Tripped
There's
up
nothing
behind
there.
the line of scrimmage too.
Got to call a timeout here unless they're just going to accept overtime. 16-15.
Maybe they are going to call that timeout.
I don't know. Coach
What do you do
Doherty-
here on 2nd and long? You don't have time. I mean, you got, let's see, 13.6 seconds on the clock. This is
13 seconds.
if there's ever a time to pull a trick out of the bag, I think it's now.
Oh, it's got to be. I don't care. I want you pulling out the trick play that you have been working on since day one, the first day of practice.
It's a shame because Heinrichs can throw the ball, and he's not out there on the field. So if you do some sort of double pass,
Yeah. I think they need a guy like Nick DiPaolo out there right now.
I don't know about that. I'd be out there first play. I'd already be breathing heavy. I'd already be like, I haven't been conditioned for this in a while.
What is Coach Doherty going to pull out of the playbook here?
I'm just thinking of other people who can throw the ball. Kocher has somewhat of an arm. Morris has an.
You
Morris
don't
has an
need
accurate
like
arm.
obnoxiously 50 yards. You need maybe 20 yards in the air.
Something over the top.
You still got that looks like Ace's timeout. I'm sorry. It was the Force timeout. My apologies. We go see what they do. The fake. McAndrews
Andrews.
has an open field.
Smith brings him down. The clock's going to run.
I don't think they're going to be able to get set. Oh, whistles are blown. I'm not sure why whistles are blown. But now there's a flag thrown, and that might move the Fords up. That was a
That
whole
one's going to be
bunch
on
of
Lower
plays.
Merion.
And that's going to move the Fords up 5 yards. It'll set them up to the 40.
So Haverford has no timeouts, which means you have one play.
And delay of game versus... Oh, so you know what it was? Lower Merion wasn't allowing the Fords to get up. It's like what we saw last year in the playoffs. That Lower Merion was not allowing the Fords to get up, which is a delay of game. So it'll stop the clock and move the ball up 5 yards. So it is now 40 yards and a dream. 40 yards and a dream with a backup quarterback.
With 6 seconds on the
on
clock.
senior night. I'm not sure what you call here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a run up the middle and they go to overtime. I'm not sure.
Honestly, I think you have overtime, so don't stress anything here. Just do not force a turnover.
Do
or
not
pick
risk
six.
a pick six. If it's a pick six right here, enough said. 6 seconds. 1st and 10. Ball on the 40. The last play of the game, assuming
There it is.
nothing
Same
happens.
play, the other side.
McAndrews is
no.
going to go up.
And that's going to be time.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen there.
Time for overtime.
Yeah, that's what I expected the play call to be. But There's not much else you could have called up.
Yeah, just put the ball in the hands of your playmaker and see if you can make a play. And if not, you go to OT. No big deal.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are heading into overtime for the first time this season. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have overtime. This is the second game this season that Lower Merion has seen in overtime.
Yeah, week 2, Upper Darby, 14-6. They pulled out a win. So they're used to this format. They know what's going on. The ball is going to be on the 10-yard line. Both teams are going to get a chance. It is an untimed drive.
So you got 4 downs.
Yeah.
So it's almost like college football.
It's almost like college football, except it's the 10 instead of the 25.
So the 10-yard line, 4 downs. I'm sure a touchdown, and then you you got to make the decision if you go for 2 or not.
Yeah.
If you're Mackay Smith and Coach Augustine, I feel pretty dang confident
Really? In this
that
stage?
you go. And I trust the defense based on what I've seen that even if we don't make it, that they can make a stop. We've seen a missed extra point today as well for the forward. So who
Yeah.
knows? But they gotta punch one in first. Here we go. Untimed overtime. First play. Fake the handoff.
And he's open.
He sends it to the
Cook.
right.
There's Cook, and he's going to walk in
wow.
first play.
Yeah, they had that one. They had that one
That
ready.
one was drawn up for him.
That one was ready. They said they got a special spot in their playbook for plays that will happen if we go into overtime. And I'm sure if we watch the film back of the Upper Darby game, we probably saw a play very similar to that.
Yeah.
And that's sure to
And
shut
I think
the
they're going to
forwards
bring
up.
out the kicking team potentially.
No.
They're going to keep the offense out on the field. This is risky because if Haverford punches one in, Vince Cunningham, we know he can hit a field goal.
Yeah, just as I predicted, I think this is the right choice if you're Lower Merion based on what you've seen this evening so far. Here we go. And even if they don't get this and then they stop the forwards, this game's over. But this is a big decision. It could pay off big in favor of either team.
Smith on the run again. He's going to find him.
Wide open.
Oh, my gosh.
Wide
This
open,
is
Declan
This is
Mack.
turning bad.
Wide open, Declan Mack. No one's on him.
Same exact play. They got the 2-point on, or the touchdown down on the goal line last time.
Now, I assume they have to make a long walk down the field, don't you think?
Maybe they do.
Or do they just both go
I think
from
they
this
both
10?
go from the 10.
I guess they're both going from... no, because they did the coin toss and they lined up. So I find it weird that they would both go from the same 10. But it seems like that's the case as our camera is drifting towards the 50. We hope that the
I
camera...
hope somebody is up there.
Um...
Someone go. Someone.
All right, well, as of now, we're setting someone up to double check on our
Oh, there we go.
camera.
All right, it's back. All right.
All right, here we go. The forwards have to answer in overtime. Lower Merion scored on the first play, went for 2. It's 28-20. Now the forwards have 4 untimed plays to try to tie this one up.
Oh, it got tied up, and he's going to get hit for a loss.
They tried the triple option. Miscommunication causes Julia to get wrapped up and taken down.
And that's the con of having young guys out there.
The forwards have 3 plays left. You know how badly Heinrichs and Taylor are itching to be out there right now. But it's the young man, Adam Kilpatrick, who's leading the charge for the forwards. No better place to be on a Friday night than right here.
This is
What it's all about.
it.
2nd and 12, it's a loss of 2 yards. They do the same play. This time they give it to
Andrews, and
McAndrews.
Smith fires up and he breaks
McAndrews
the tackle.
stays up! And he gets some yards after contact.
Great job by McAndrews staying up. Mackay Smith tried to lower his shoulder, get him wrap around the thighs, but wasn't able to finish the tackle. McAndrews slips past. Now you got 3rd, and looks like they're going to call it 7. So 3rd and goal on the 7.
All right, so now you have 2 plays from the 7. 2 plays, that's it. 2 plays to really determine the course of how your final record's going to end up. Because the next 2 weeks are going to be tough, difficult games for the
And
forwards.
not only 2 plays from the 7, but you also have to get the 2-point conversion.
So you got technically 9 yards or 10 yards to tie this game up. Here we go.
Snap, fake
Oh.
it. And he's going to take it himself.
He's going up. He cuts back in towards the middle. He's pushing forward.
They say yes!
Kilpatrick. Touchdown, Kilpatrick.
He's got clutch. Storybook debut.
The forwards have to make this or else this game is over. Kilpatrick scores, and now the forwards have 3 yards to try to keep this game going. Oh, and if they don't get this, this game is over.
They don't get this, the game is over, and they've lost on senior night. But if they pull this out, we keep going.
Oh, man, it's giving me flashbacks to that Penn State-Illinois 9 overtime game last year that I was watching. Or a couple years back now. Here we go. 3 yards. 2 yards. Ball's in the 2. Here we go. Motion. Whoa!
Somebody jumped.
That's oh. No one knows. Both teams are celebrating.
Looks like they're going to call it on LM.
Oh, so it's going to move the forwards up a
That's
yard.
a yard.
That's a yard. It's a yard quicker.
Now it's time to think about the sneak.
You almost have to. I want the brotherly shove. We want the brotherly shove. Give it to us. Come on, Coach Doc. Here we go. Ball is now on the 1. 1 yard. 1
1
yard.
yard.
Nick. If the Fords can't do this.
1 yard to keep this going.
The Fords deserve this based on the way they've played this game the whole season. So close. They always just seem to fall a couple of points short.
He's waving.
Looks like he's showing some symbol. They each have one timeout.
Looks like there may be a little miscommunication there. I don't like the
you
look of
gotta
that.
call a timeout if you don't like that. Here we go.
Oh, Doc tried to call it. Oh, no!
Lower Merion's gonna win the game! The Aces are gonna win the game! There's miscommunication, and he's pulled short on the pitch, and the Aces are gonna win
They're going to
this game!
storm the field!
The Aces are gonna ruin the Ford senior night, and Lower Merion has won this
Mackay
game!
Smith ran over to the Ford sideline.
The Fords. Oh, wow, this is a good move.
Sportsmanship from Mackay Smith. He's gonna
I mean, the Lower
congratulate
Merion's
everybody. Good game. That is respect.
Lower Merion.
That is respect.
The rest of Lower Merion
the team.
acting like they just won the Super Bowl. They won a regular season game in overtime. It's a hell of a win.
Mackay Smith is a higher class of Lower Merion. He is congratulating everybody.
That is respect.
That's
that is
respect.
Oh, Shoemaker's upset about it. That is a humble man right there. They played a hell of a game.
Oh my God, what a game. That is something I never expected to happen on the last broadcast.
Wow.
Potentially.
Oh, yeah. Well, now we have to have that conversation, Nick. Just give us a second to process what just happened. Lower Merion scored on the first play of overtime.
A little play action pass. They dumped it off in the flat to Andrew Cook, number 10, who got into the end zone. First play, and they got the 2-point conversion. Declan Mack. Then the Fords get the ball, and they sort of have trouble on their way down to the end zone, but they end up punching it in off an Adam Kilpatrick play that was incredible. He kind of juked a few guys and got pushed into the end zone by his bigger offensive lineman. Walk into the 2-point conversion. Kilpatrick makes a sign over to Coach Doc, signaling something. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication. Doc tried to call some sort of timeout, tried to go and talk to the referee. Ball was snapped beforehand. The toss happens, and he is stopped and loss of yardage, and that is all she wrote.
And the Aces are out here celebrating their victory as they came into A.G. Cornog Field, ruined the Ford senior night. Wow. I mean, very classy. Very classy. I have to respect this.
That is pure respect
Mackay
and
Smith.
sportsmanship. Mackay
That's
Smith
amazing.
coming over and being a respectful person and offering good game to everybody. And now he can celebrate. That is
The second time this season that Lower Merion has won in overtime, as now the Fords head over and do a very solemn, fight song. Not quite the way.
not the way you want
Helmets
your,
are not
your
quite
senior night
hanging
to-
tonight. Well, Nick, if this truly was our last HSM broadcast ever,
What a game.
then we had quite the game to call and quite the game that I will remember for a long time. Wow.
What this is so I'm struggling to come up with I'm struggling to come up with the words to describe what this broadcast has been. It's been so crazy, and I feel like just this broadcast as the last one has sort of kind of been a microcosm of how HSM has been for us. It's always been so crazy, but so exciting and so fun.
Yeah. There's always been ups and downs, and since we started HSM, our sophomore year, I was one of the first, 12 kids
Yeah.
that were in the club, and looking what we've came to now, and what me and you, Nick, have came to the past two seasons broadcasting football together, the people we've become together, the bond that we've built through HSM has been something that it's hard to take for granted for. And knowing that this could be it, could be the last time sitting in this booth with you, it's a moment to cherish.
It definitely is, especially in that incredible game. I joined HSM right at the end of my sophomore year. My friend Shree actually brought me down to the cafeteria. He said, "You played football, right?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Do you want to, I know you're not playing anymore, but do you want to come and broadcast the football games?" And I said, "Of course." And then I met people like Sophia Khan. I met people like Connor. I met people like Tommy Toohill. I met people like Quay. And they just led me to changed who I am, to be honest with you, and able to throw me in this booth, and I was able to kind of express who I am in this booth, and it's just been a hell of a ride.
Yeah, I wonder how Tommy Toohill's feeling right now.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, long childhood close friends of quarterback Mackay Smith, but also a Ford's faithful for life, and you know that he was dying to be out there, one on the field, but two for the Fords to win that game.
Yeah.
So, with that, this game is over. The Lower Merion Aces have topped the Fords on their senior night 28-26 in overtime. Follow our social media at Haverford Sports Media to get updates on if we're able to broadcast either next week at Strathaven and hopefully Thanksgiving morning over at Upper Darby. The Turkey Bowl is
That would be good. That would be great. I think honestly, Upper Darby's they're usually the school that would welcome something like
as long as they have the
December.
space for it. I don't see why.
I don't see why not.
As the Aces have a very, very happy drive home.
Yeah, they're gonna get out of here quick.
Yeah, those guys are. I mean, they're cherishing the moment though. And that's. I mean, a team like that, they're now 4.
Look at that. Who was that? 44 standing on the 35-yard line.
He's taking it all in.
Taking it all in.
44. Who is that? That's Paul Mezzi McMahon.
He's taking it all in. He just pulled
As a
out
sophomore,
an
he
insane
knows.
win. He knows that he doesn't want to be on the receiving end of what just happened.
Lower Merion now goes to 4-4. They should move up in the PI AA Division 6 rankings, and they should be fighting for a playoff spot now with that record, especially if they can continue to win. Next Friday, the Fords are at the 7-0 undefeated Strathaven Panthers. It's a tough pill to swallow going from this so close to a game like that, and then obviously the week after that, hopefully we're able to broadcast next week, but then at Ridley against one of the hardest places to play in the Central League.
Yeah.
But no interviews tonight. Don't think the guys would be very interested in talking right now, as I wouldn't be either, losing a game in that fashion when you were that close.
Yeah.
But all credit to Lower Merion and that team and Makai Smith. The touchdown at the end of the game.
He played with swagger, and he ended the game with class.
Unbelievable.
Top tier behavior from Makai Smith.
This is one of the games that'll be talked about in school for weeks to come, sort of like 2021's Turkey Bowl. That loss hurt.
That was
a personal level for these guys.
I was on the sideline for that. That was my jaw didn't stayed open until the game finally ended.
That play is still talked about. That game is still talked about. That touchdown to Horace.
I still remember the name.
Still talked about.
Covenant Horace.
I think this is a game that'll be up there with that, and a game that'll be talked about, and they're not going to want to feel this again.
Definitely not.
With that, Connor Salveson, Nick DiPaolo, Trey, Alex, our whole crew, signing off one last time at home on this senior night. Final, Lower Merion 28, Haverford 26. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great night. Roll Fords.
Roll Fords, baby.